Ungen. Devin, just settle down.
Settle down, D. Settle D down.
I've been so caffeinated.
We are here
Living in a
to
police
talk
state.
about a very serious topic, and that topic is you. Why are you not playing D&D right now? We could be on in the background. You could be asking us to adjudicate on moments of your game, expand on the lore.
Yeah,
Coming in as NPCs.
that's right.
Coming in as NPCs, absolutely.
I love doing that at Roundtable. Sometimes the DMs will ask me over for a lore question about Imaria, and then I'll find out that the reason they're asking is because the players are trying to do some shenanigans, and they're talking to a merchant, trying to like, how available is like X, is like a Rennick dagger in Phelan's Republic. And I look over at the party, and they're looking at me with like big puppy dog eyes, and so I'm like, oh, why don't I just be the merchant? The DM's usually like, hey, okay, and I'll be the most like. The most player-friendly merchant. I'll just be like, you need Rennick daggers? As it happens, I just got a whole pallet of those. I'm trying to give them away for a gold apiece. The DM's like just looking at me, and I'm like, you can just take them.
That's so mean.
That's great.
Welcome, Racer. Welcome, Bezkar. Bezkar's been talking to us while we were on the starting screen. You're about to start work. That is an acceptable reason not to be playing D&D. That is one of the only.
Yes, but he has he has
fine.
specified that he may require a hospital trip.
Yes, well,
because of that. So.
yeah.
I mean, that's a regular thing here on Six Sides.
Now, he could be playing D&D at work.
I've done that.
Me too.
Yep. I've done that.
Can't be
both
the only one in the chat.
sanctioned
Come
and
The
non-sanctioned.
racers in there.
Racers on Twitch.
Racers on Twitch. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
We
right.
love Twitch.
We have a
love
Twitch thing.
We love YouTube. We love Twitch. We love Racer. We love Bezkar.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, Beskar. Technically, I'm wearing a black shirt under my blue shirt. So
Oh, wow.
if I just lose
Really
the
mixing it
overshirt,
up.
we're all wearing black shirts today.
We were accused of all wearing black shirt.
I just
Wow, Devin.
don't want to do laundry, so I've been like delving into the depths of my trading
Yeah.
shirts. I have all
Pulling
the,
out shirts that haven't been worn in
dude.
like 3
I have all the
years.
yellow shirts to wear, but with the blue shorts, it's too much. I look like a Pokeball. Like I can't do it. And so I'm like, I can't wear the yellow shirts while I'm wearing the blue shorts. So I'm like, so I've been digging into these. I think I got one more, and then I have to either concede to wearing the yellow shirts or do laundry.
So you're going to wear the yellow shirts.
Yeah, he's just gonna.
I got like 3 or 4 pairs of socks left, so I think I'll just burn those through, and then I'll do the laundry. I just don't feel like doing laundry.
Now, how big are your socks that you can actually get them like over your torso? And what do you do with your arms?
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're going to have a casual lore chat here. Devin's going to pick a topic. No, actually, we're going to pick the topic, and Devin's going to talk
We're going to
about
pick
it.
the topic?
Yeah, we're going to pick the topic. Talk it.
Talk it.
To talk it.
It's like a topic, but we talk about it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It's not that I misspoke. It's a word.
Yeah.
Don't worry
No,
about
he's
it.
trying
Don't look
to,
it up.
It's a new word that he's trying to make happen.
Ask the AI about it. It'll give you some
Can I
definition.
bring this conversation up for a second? I want to. It's not D&D for a second.
Okay.
So last night, my girls do that stupid cup thing that they did in Pitch Perfect. You know that where they go dun, 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 when they play with the
Okay.
cup and they make a song out of it.
Got it.
Yes,
And
the
it's
cup song.
the cup song, yeah. So they're doing that last night, the 3 of them, and I'm recording it, and this is great. And they're singing the lyrics to it, and then there's like, "You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss my walk. You're gonna miss my taco. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone." And I'm like, did she just say? And so I researched the song, and it is about, she's kind of like teasing this guy who likes her, that he's being inconsistent with dating her. So she's being a playful tease about saying, you don't get me, I'm moving away. Is what the theme of the song is. But they're singing the song, no problem. And there's like, the first verse is normal, but the second verse is like, when it's just like, "You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me. You're gonna miss my walk. You're gonna miss my talk, comma. Oh, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone." And I'm like, "You're gonna miss my taco." Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I heard that, and they're singing this, and I'm like, "Do you guys have any clue what you're singing about?"
They do not.
They do not. And I'm like, what a great song. And then the mistake was saying that to them, because now they were swarming me, going, "Well, what's the point of the lyrics?" And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Mistake.
I walked myself into this one.
Mistake, yeah.
And I have a very like above board open relationship discussion with my kids. I don't hide anything from them whatsoever. And I was like, at one point they're all hounding me, and I'm getting. I turned and I said, "Fine, taco's a slang word for vagina." And they went, "Dad!" And they just lost their shit on me.
Welcome, William Dangler, who just enters at the exact right time.
And so then they were going and like Googling this shit, and I'm like, don't look up taco. And then they're like screaming and yelling because of this. They already know everything under the sun. There's 14, 13, like they know their shit. And so
They've been on the internet.
They hang out with boys like of that age. They've heard everything. I've heard them say everything. So this wasn't a big surprise. And like I said, I don't hide that shit from my kids because I don't want them to think it's taboo, because then they, an open,
complex.
conversive relationship with your kids is a healthy one. And they're great children because of it. So judge me for my parenting if you want, but I don't care. And it was a great time. And they were laughing. Eventually they start laughing. And then at the very end of it all, when this big parade of thing is finished and they all start to disperse, my middle girl, Gwenny, she comes up and she's like, I can't sing that song anymore. And I was like, yeah, you can. So then they went and sat down and started doing the cup song again. They sang the whole thing again and kept the O out. And there was this blank spot, and they all realized there was a blank spot on the song, and they were like, and this whole song just threw out, and they all just threw their cups and went to bed.
So that's actually great, because now now that Tom has given us the topic for today,
Which is, yes,
which is
slang in Imaria.
that's right, slang in
Imarian
Imaria.
slang words.
So
start
we're
with
going
tacos.
to cover every races, every species, everything slang words for every word on the list of words you can't say on TV.
Or the radio.
What would have been a better word than species?
Devin?
The species?
Because,
No, species is fine.
is it?
Why wouldn't it be?
It's a little specious.
No, I guess because and this is going to be, I think race is incorrect. Because I know what they were
Wow.
trying to do with that. They were trying to move away from race. I get it.
Yeah,
And you
whatever.
can't say nationality because that doesn't work either.
Well, that's incorrect.
It is incorrect.
Well, no, I mean it's a different thing.
but
yeah,
like,
right.
isn't scientifically something of a different species?
Well, like an elf and a human are going to be different species.
Yeah.
Well, yes and no.
No, they're
Can they
going to
grow-
be different species.
Um,
Neanderthals and humans were different species.
Yes.
I assure you,
What-
elves
what
are.
I was
Oh,
gonna
I am not in the same category as Paul.
So-
I agree. He's not here to defend himself or noogie me.
The thing is it's all a holdover.
He noogied me
Yeah, he did.
Paul noogied me on
live stream.
Battletech.
Yeah.
because Beskar paid $100 to do so.
Thank
so
you,
then
Beskar.
Paul noogied me. Well, he was going to knock my teeth out because I made fun of his leather-like face, I said. And he got
okay.
so mad. And then he's like, I'm going to knock his teeth out. And then Beskar's like, I'll knock his teeth out for $100. And of course, Beskar puts it up. Of
course.
And we're like, well, we're not going to actually knock some teeth out on stream. So it was an embarrassing noogie, which was very funny.
That's funny.
And it was good. He gave me a good one, too.
I mean, D&D from its inception was kind of like based off of a lot of the Tolkien stuff, wherein they were referred to as the race of men, the race of elves, the race of dwarves.
Yeah.
But also, like in lore, like the reason half elves can exist, for example, is because in Tolkien's lore, the way that the elves and the humans were formed originated is that there is a way for them to join and create a half elf.
Yeah.
Whereas in other worlds that don't have that, where elves and humans are completely separate species, it's not necessarily going to work out in the same way, right? Like it could, but it could also not. It depends.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it started off as race, is it's just how it was described, and that's where a lot of it originated from. And then just a lot of the discourse I've heard about like the word species is like, it sounds so sci-fi. It's like, yeah, but it's also it is correct. Like
Is it?
Well, yeah.
I'm actually a legit question. I'm fine with whatever they call it. I was just curious.
Species is like a correct term for the differences between, as Adrian was pointing out, like you could have different species of people. That is a thing. Well, not anymore. It's not, but it was.
We need to pick other sciencey words. We should have phylums.
So I think where people get confused with species is that there is the actual definition of species,
Yeah.
which has nothing to do with the biological definition of species.
Right, it's like a classification thing, right?
Biologists tend to say species are anything that can interbreed and create viable offspring.
Right.
Which would make all dogs the same species, which is absolutely not correct.
Right.
That is wrong. Biologically, that's what people call it,
Yes.
but that is outright wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Species is in the actual like domain, kingdom, phylum, domain, order, species. You can't have an individual, so species is the most specified version. So, like, we are Homo sapien sapien.
Yeah.
There would be other Homo sapien, whatever, Neanderthalis. Same is true for dogs. It's like Canis, whatever. But like a golden retriever and a lab are not the same species. In that, biologically, people tend to talk about dogs being a species. That's wrong. They're an order.
Classification.
Yeah.
They're an order?
As far as I know, yes. So like that's I think
Order of
where
the
the
dog.
mix-up comes from.
Yeah.
But there's no better word than species for that. Like scientifically, there isn't a better word for that. So it's
And then even like within the individual classifications, we're not great at differentiating.
We're not.
Like there are certain sharks and stingrays that have more in common with each other than sharks and other sharks and stingrays and other stingrays.
Well, underwater is weird because the aquatic natural kingdom, like two different fish that to our eyes look nearly identical can be genetically so far away from each other that they're actually like both closer to pigs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like it's
but
because
sharks and
of
stingrays
how-
are pretty close to begin
right,
with.
but what I'm
they're
saying is
both
because of
elasmobranchs.
the way underwater works, where everything kind of evolved into a fish-like shape, but it's technically as diverse as like the bird kingdom is. It's just that we don't call bats birds,
Right.
but
Yeah.
if it was underwater and it looked like a fish, we call it a fish.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
like the difference between that fish and that fish is the difference between a bird and a bat genetically.
Some people have tried to redefine it with subspecies. So like saying that like, well, all dogs are a species, but like there's subspecies. But that is not an actual thing. That's something that people try and tack on.
And I'm fine with it. I just didn't actually know because I know that when it first came out, there was a lot of pushback.
Yeah.
And it did come from a lot of lack of education as well as it was very scientific, right? But species makes sense scientifically. I was just curious because I remember before Wizards said the changes from race to species, we were trying to figure out what to call them in Imaria. And, and in the Imarian book, previous to, like Legacy of Mana, previous to this, we always called them peoples.
Well, we still do it.
I like peoples.
We still do
Peoples.
Although that
it's a
has the
little
same
awkward.
problem as the race thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
agree. We called them peoples. Would we call them cultures? That didn't actually work out.
The problem with cultures is that it's like there's no biologicalness there, so it's like you can have a culture and you can also have like a biological designation.
Yeah, understood.
Two different
And
things.
so in the end, species was a great.
But no, I think that species is the scientifically most correct term that you could do. The other option is just anywhere that you would use species, you just put in brackets, whatever leads to the least toxic comment section. That's also... you can just do that. But yeah, no, species is like, in terms of taxonomy, species is the smallest
I mean, like you
differentiator.
could almost have the same argument about like, we could in an alternate timeline we could have been having this argument about should they be called classes? Because like,
Right.
is that the
But then,
best?
what do you call the class?
well
Profession?
That's the thing. Is class the best definition for what they actually are?
Can you imagine
or-
how confusing that would be for old school players if suddenly the race went to class and then class went to profession? Because we also had professions in old school D&D, which were your proficiencies.
Well, I mean, in Final Fantasy, they call them jobs, which I hate.
Well, jobs. My
so
job
much.
is to be a rogue.
Yeah, I think that was just
race
a
could go to
translation.
background.
Yeah.
Race could go to background.
Yeah, there you go.
Just to add another layer of
That's right.
confusion.
Yeah, absolutely. God.
Just switch them all around. Yeah, so Crafty Canuck says fish is more of a body plan than any kind of classification. That's true.
That's
Yep.
right.
What's that one food that's classified as a fish for tax reasons?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Right?
All I know is that Jaffa cakes are legally a cake because of tax
That's right.
reasons.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And
It's like potatoes or something, our fish.
it's something. I know what you're talking about, and I can't remember what it is. I like the term "peoples of Imaria," says William Degan. I mean, I wouldn't personally have any issue with that.
No.
But I mean, if you're trying to be sensitive to people in general, then I
If
think
you're trying to be
using
as
a
clinical as
scientific
possible.
exactly. If
Yeah.
you're trying to be clinical to avoid miscommunication, ironically enough, species as a word has been given miscommunication by scientists using it incorrectly.
Well,
But-
I feel like you just can't get away from that.
You can't.
The
It's hard.
definitions is one of the hardest
Yeah.
things about communication that we find in society is that
Yeah.
everybody has their own list of definitions for everything.
Yeah.
And the first thing you have to do in any kind of debate or argument is define everybody's expectations
We'll find a
and definitions.
common definer.
Well, you have to say, like, if you're going to talk about something, make sure you're both on the same page about what the definition of that thing is. Otherwise, you're going to go in circles and all over the place.
Yeah.
So, by official verbiage, how does Wizards differentiate between species, meaning the playable species, and like species of monsters?
I don't think they do.
As of
should
now,
they bother?
humanoid is the sort of the classification, the type that a
Sure.
creature can be. A creature is a humanoid. All species are humanoids. Not all humanoids are necessarily species. Species
Okay.
is sort of
So if it's
referred to as,
playable,
like,
it's a species.
Basically, yeah.
Weird.
That being said, all stat blocks that are humanoid are species. Now,
Okay.
if there is a stat block for something that is not a species, it is not a humanoid. It is something else, and they have retconned many monsters in order to fit them into that. Kobolds are now dragons. Lizard folk are now elementals. Merfolk are now elementals.
Sorry, lizard folk are now elemental.
Yep. Sahwagin are fiends. Goblins are now fae. Like if it's not a playable species, it's not a humanoid.
Which is one of those
Okay.
interesting things because on the level of you done fucked up, putting kobolds as dragons and lizard folk as elementals is like
It's wild.
what were you doing?
I would have just made a new classification. There's two things about that. Like the first is that hold person is now significantly nerfed because it just works on significantly less creatures.
Yeah.
Gnolls are also fiends now too. Like anything that was a humanoid but isn't a species is no longer a humanoid.
Yeah.
So hold person only works on NPCs if they are a species because they're in a humanoid stat block like priest or guard or
So
infantry or something like that.
are all species in Imaria humanoids?
Yes.
In keeping with that, yeah.
Yes. Well, mostly for the fact that like
Excuse me.
there are certain spells that the players can get access to that only work on humanoids. So
Okay.
like if you are playing something that is a monstrosity, you actually can't benefit from certain spells. Also, other spells that monsters might have, for the same reason for hold person, right, or charm person. If you're fighting a creature and it has charm person and hold person, and you are not playing a humanoid, you have an advantage that the other species don't get. Meaning that if you're a power gamer, that is the species you take because it gives you an advantage over all the other ones.
Yeah.
And that's something they were trying to avoid. So what they would often do is if they did release a species that wasn't humanoid, they would say you count as humanoid and as this other thing for the purposes of spell effects. I think they eventually did away with that, and they have released some that are constructs.
I was just going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
So like, are Warforged
Warforged are considered humanoids.
humanoids? Interesting.
Is that for 5e or 5.5? Speaking about hold person.
This is 5.5e.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I thought.
Speaking of Warforged,
5.5e. Hold person still works the way it always has. It's just that you can't use it on kobolds, lizard folk, gnolls, sahwagin, merfolk.
Even if the Sahwagan have found you?
Yeah, insert creature here that was a humanoid but not a species, right?
that's
Like,
actually a really good thing to talk about. You'd appreciate this. This Hagen have found me. How far have we come with that game?
Oh, yeah.
I am now officially a Daybreak content create influencer. So I now basically work for Daybreak, which is DDO.
Oh, wow.
I am going to be starting up a stream again. I have access to giving away everything. I have everything they've ever made. I'm now a back-end designer of the game.
That's crazy.
Isn't that cool? So
Yeah.
I get to do a whole bunch of influence stuff, and I get free codes and stuff. So if you're interested in jumping into DDO and playing the game with us,
that's Dungeons and Dragons Online.
Dungeons and Dragons Online, that's right. I pulled the Devin. And you pulled the Tom.
That's right.
All right, we're trading places. And so what that means is that I'll be bringing up my regular late night streams of playing DDO, Dungeons and Dragons Online, with whoever joins me to do whatever, and I can give away DDO points, VIP accounts, all kinds of cool shit. It's
That's crazy.
Music is a little
awesome.
loud. I will fix that.
It's awesome. Yeah, just got that. I'm in a private server with all the other content creators, and we're all just like talking about what to do next. And that also gives me access to Lord of the Rings Online and any of the other Daybreak titles, which there's like 12 of them.
That's
Yeah,
neat.
I get access to all of them now. So we could start up any of those games and just start playing them.
And for those who don't know, Lynn Vander was a spin-off of a group of gamers playing Dungeons and Dragons online every week.
Yeah. right? It was like, yeah, we basically that's how Live Netter started because
Yeah.
you would come over to the film studio,
Yep.
Sin Studios, whoa, crazy, whoa, back in time, and we would play. We would hang out and order pizza.
Yep.
And the coffee shop next to the studio, when they closed down at 11, became friends with us and gave us all the pots, all the carafes of their coffee. And we would stay up all night drinking the coffee and eating pizza and playing DDO in the studio. And then at 6 or 7 in the morning, when we were done arguing about who lost that most recent quest, we would take the coffee urns back to the cafe as they would open, and then they would wash them out and use them for the day. And we did this for every Saturday. Every Saturday. Almost like religion. Like we'd quit jobs and shit to do this. Every
consistent.
Saturday for a couple of years.
Yep.
Until the studio was no more.
Well, until someone started bringing board games by, and then we.
Was it Mike?
It was not Mike. It was because we started playing Hero Quest.
Hero Quest.
Is that you?
No.
Yeah, we're gonna say it's you.
Okay.
We're gonna say it's you.
Yeah, so we started playing Hero Quest, and then
That's right.
eventually that led into other board games.
Hero Quest was the start of it?
It was Hero Quest, yeah.
I thought it was Betrayal at the House on Haunted Hill.
So
that came after.
That came after. We played Hero Quest at the studio,
That's right.
and then in your basement we played Betrayal, and we played Shadows over
Arkham
Camelot
Horror.
and Arkham Horror, and it was playing.
We were
Betrayal
playing Arkham
House on
Horror.
the, it was Betrayal House on the Hill. When you look at me, you say, "I wish there was a game like this, but King Arthur," because
right.
it had the tile flipping.
That's right. And then Aaron dared me to make one.
Yeah,
And everybody laughed, and including myself. And I don't know what happened, but I was like, fuck you, I will make one. And so then I went and made one. And then like a couple weeks later, I came down with a bunch of cue cards and paper clips. And you were like, what's this? I'm like, this is my game. And it sucked.
and we spent a year and
You
change.
broke it instantly, making it not even worth playing. And then I came back with it, and then eventually just picked it up and started working on it, and then we spent a year building it, and it became Albion's Legacy, which was the very first game we started.
Now, for anyone who doesn't know, Dungeons and Dragons Online is a spin-off of a popular tabletop game called Dungeons and Dragons.
You know what? I forgot.
Which is based
talk
on
about
which is
that.
based on a movie
That's right.
that came out a couple of years ago.
Just a couple of years ago. That's right. Yeah. Which itself was based on a movie
that came out in the early 2000s.
That's right.
which was based on a book by J.R.R. Tolkien.
That's right.
Yeah. Right.
Right. J.R.R. Tolkien created a book based on actual historical mythologies.
It is. Well,
He
it's,
did.
Thor-
It's true. Yes.
it's a
Thor came
nonfiction,
down and said,
yeah.
hey, J.R.
Hey, JR.
Thor and Dumbledore came down.
Yeah, Thor and Dumbledore.
That's right.
And Shiva all
And they-
got together.
And they were inspired to do that by the writings of C.S. Lewis.
And he wrote the Iliad.
Yeah. No. He didn't write the Iliad. He had coffee with Jesus.
That's right.
When they were working on the Bible. And then Jesus hooked up with some friend, who was walking on water with him.
That's right.
And then created the Iliad.
Stole his story.
From the
Sorry, that got a little sacrilegious. We apologize. That's actually not. We don't do that. But
Whoops.
What are you
Heresy.
talking about? That's the truth. Well, the book had it.
Yeah.
If that was the truth, I'd start believing more.
It'd definitely be a more eclectic.
It's way
tale.
more fun. Make it religion fun,
Yeah. I'm
Have
glad
you read the Old Testament? Religion can be fun.
I'm glad we base everything here
No.
on
If you-
hard facts.
If you want religion to be fun, you have to read Deities and Demigods.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Well, that
But
book
the
is
original
ugly.
one.
That's right.
Actually,
Cthulhu.
that does lead us to something that we actually could talk a little bit more about because we have only briefly touched on it. Is deities in the lack of deities?
I was going to say, they don't exist in Imaria.
We've talked about it here and there, but I think it'd be interesting to talk a little bit more concretely about what it means to be certain classes, like a cleric in
Right.
Imaria.
Can we?
Well, I was going to say, so the concept of religion is not, this is kind of actually dovetailing a bit with the conversation on species. It's like religion does not necessarily equate to deity worship. In theory, it does.
But
like the
in
idea
fairness-
of, for example, like Buddhism can be seen as a religion, whether
Sure.
or not you would classify it there as a sort of an individual thing.
But there are also explicit things like clerics, for instance, have basically a hey God, come and help me out.
I understand. What I'm saying is that the concept of religion is not foreign to Imaria,
Yes.
which we've talked about.
Understood.
You get things like Taoism and Buddhism and other forms of religions
Yeah.
that are maybe not deity worshipping, but are considered to be religious.
Well-
So if you have a cleric in Imaria, they may be a member of, for example, the Silver Sword, or of the orders, or of the
or
Dyad,
a cult that worships the Lunar Horde. Like,
sure,
this is fine.
right.
Yeah.
The way that kind of works is like belief has power with the veil.
Yes.
Because the veil of what it's made of, with the kind of the psychic stuff, we don't really have a good name for it. It's like the psychic stuff that makes up the veil.
I want you to go through the book and just in quotations.
Psychic
The
stuff.
psychic stuff.
I mean, it's called like ethereal veil energy or something like
Right.
that. But
Okay.
The psychic stuff that's in the veil, it largely reacts to the thoughts, beliefs, and concepts and ideals of the mind as people dream, as they imagine things. That's how the places like Camelot, whatever exists, is like they're formed over many people telling stories that collectively sort of fashion this place in existence. And so if you have this religion or this set of beliefs, and you follow them stringently, you follow them dogmatically, you can start to have that connection to the veil with those beliefs begin to empower you.
So
Right.
the placebo effect's real strong in Imaria.
I mean, one of our subclasses is a cleric that believes so fully in self-actualization that they develop divine power.
Okay. So yes.
Yeah.
Are there fringe groups that are deity worshipping and it just works for them despite
So
there not being deities because of
they
the
would-
veil thing?
So, I mean, technically speaking, I mean, I would imagine that there's always going to be someone going around saying, there's this creature, it's called a god, it gives me power. If you come to my house and drink my Kool-Aid, you too can have the power. That's definitely a thing going on. Just as there are likely demons from the lunar hordes who are doing that exact con of, I am a great, powerful deity, I shall bestow upon you power. Meanwhile, they're recruiting a cult of demon worshippers under that guise, right? This kind of stuff is absolutely happening. What's interesting about it is that, technically speaking, if a deity were to make it into the Veil or Imaria, like, they probably could establish themselves somewhat, but they would be not like this immortal power, this otherworldly power or being. They would actually be like defeatable. Like, they would have stats. You could actually go and fight them because they wouldn't be able to attain the astral level of power that they get from the astral planes and the planescape system. We've talked about before, like, what would happen if a deity from like another world or whatever made it through the Veil and arrived on Imaria. It's like, well, they would actually be trapped in their avatar form.
Okay.
And potentially could be killed permanently or somewhat similarly to it, because they wouldn't be able to leave, and they'd be trapped and they'd be cut off from all the power that they gained from their worshippers. So they would basically be reset down to whatever base power level, God level 0 if you're 3rd edition. And they would have to gather worshippers on Imaria in order, and like, that's a story, right? You can have this trapped deity who's trying to reassert their power on Imaria by gathering worshippers, but they're still weak enough that an entering party, even a high-level one, could still go and defeat them and stop them from doing this. Or the temporal mystics, most likely.
When one of the holy classes reaches out for their deity, I understand that in Imaria this doesn't explicitly exist, but are they pulling on a pocket of power that's wrapped up in the Veil? Are they, are they actually getting routed to one of the dragons that's still in slumber? Like, what's the actual mechanic behind that?
I mean, I hope they don't pull it from the pocket in the Veil, because that's just bringing back faith-based religion that we're not going for in Imaria. I don't know why, when Imaria was created, that I just didn't want to have the power of gods in there. I think my personal view on what gods mean in D&D is that they're just more powerful beings that happen to be in a different dimension that can grant powers to those that are in a dimension they can't conceive. Not supreme, right? I guess it's not me rejecting faith. It's me being like, I just don't like that. I don't like.
I think
that.
there's something to be said for that. Like one of the things I always talk about is when you have a world with no gods, it actually allows you to tell more human stories.
Yeah, right. And I just don't. And I also, much like the TV shows that I watch, I'm not interested in watching reality again. Right? I don't want that. So when I'm playing D&D, I want that fantasy pull away from like taking on an army of undead or something. You know, I want that pull away. I don't want to watch two armies fight over whose god is better. Because that, to me, is why Earth sucks right now. Because that's the stem of, I think, the root of all.
Well, it's interesting, too, because like you look at Lord of the Rings, like there are gods in Tolkien's world, but you wouldn't know it. Like they're so in the background.
There's one, but yeah.
Well, Iluvatar,
Eru is the
I guess
god,
there's all the
and
angels,
everything
whatever.
else is Maya.
The point is, there's a deity.
Yeah.
But he's so like in the background, and like technically speaking, he's doing things like the Gandalf return.
I get
whatever,
that. But like in D&D,
the grand scape of the story of Lord of the Rings is a human story about people striving to do something against a great evil.
And
it's
I get
all
all that.
mortal based.
I get all that, but like there are elements of D&D, like divine intervention, that are a mechanical something somewhere is coming in and doing something for you.
So generally speaking, in Imaria, like we would phrase that as it was the power was inside you the whole time, kind of similarly. Essentially, what's happening is the soul has a connection to the veil. So your faith and conviction channels through your soul out to the veil and things like that. But that allows you to use your soul as a conduit to turn the convergence mana of your own sort of life force into the divine magic. So you are self-actualizing this power through your own faith and conviction. So if you were to do something such as like divine intervention, that's more of like you are... It'd be no different than like what Eke was doing in Strands of Destiny when he would burn 10 inspiration to do some great profound thing. It's kind of that, but a mechanical thing in the game where you're managing to pull off this great and powerful thing through just this pure the concept of like never again will I witness such a thing, and just this feeling of conviction surging through you allows you to be empowered temporarily to do something because you're just so filled with zealous.
Okay, so sorry,
whatever.
is the power coming just from the individual, or is it their connection to the veil? Because that's what I first asked. Was it coming
the
from...
power is coming through their mental and spiritual beliefs, but the reason that can manifest as magic is because of the veil's connection to their soul, allowing their conviction and beliefs to be manifested as magic.
How different is what a divine caster does in Imaria from what a arcane caster does?
Arcane uses cosmic mana.
Okay.
They pull it directly from the ambient cosmic energies from like the sun, and they manipulate that to create magic. Druids and rangers use the primal convergence mana of like what's already been processed by the world. They draw it out of nature itself rather than drawing it from the cosmos. Then divine magic, so paladins and clerics, they sort of do this. It uses convergence magic. It is of life, but it's of life force rather than like they don't grab it. They don't take it from the nature around them. They take it from their own their own mana that courses through them.
And how are these? How do these different types of mana work in somewhere like Phalanx Republic?
So Phalanx Republic is lacking cosmic mana,
Okay.
but cosmic mana seeps into the world and then is transformed into convergence mana. So with a lack of cosmic mana, there is in essence a lack of convergence mana.
Interesting.
Because it's a cycle. They both rely on one another.
Yeah, can you believe the actual world physics of what we created for this? In the past, it was just a hand-waved whatever, right?
Yeah.
It was just borrowed from whatever Forgotten Realms did. Now we've got all that built out.
So the connection to so if I understand correctly, what you're saying is the mana and the ability of spellcasting is entirely resident within the individual, but they need a connection to the veil in order for it to function.
Basically.
Okay.
Ordinarily, you can believe something as hard as you want. That doesn't give you magic powers.
Right.
Right? But because the veil can connect to their soul, and the veil is a place where belief and conviction can generate energy and power and manifest, that connection to the veil sort of is a filtration system that allows them to use their soul as a conduit, and then that allows that faith and conviction to manifest as magic.
Right.
How technical is that process in the sense that, like, if you want to multi-class into being a wizard, you would go and get training from a wizard.
Yeah.
If you want to multi-class into being a cleric, can that just happen because your belief is so strong?
I would see that you could spontaneously become a cleric in Imaria because you would just all of a sudden believe something. So actually, this is how the religion of one's calling originated in New Eltheria. Because they believed in the Eltherian cause so much, they kind of just became clerics, and all of a sudden they had this divine power they could channel. So they created like this whole system where there's these divine casting Eltherian Imperials. I would say like it's probably not something you could also learn. Obviously, you could go to a monastery or a church, and they could teach you how to get so in touch with yourself and believe so strongly and so with so much conviction that you could do this.
And how much has that influenced religious teachings in Imaria? Are those religious groups more focused on nurturing that connection, or is that secondary to their dogma?
Religion. It depends on the religion. For the Heliacal Prime, basically their goal is to build a holy army. So if you're a worshiper within the religion of the Heliacal Prime, you are likely going to be taught how to. You're going to be trained in the ways of divine magic. Almost every soldier in the Heliacal Prime has some divine casting abilities because they're like Templars and paladins and clerics and whatever. Most of them are like that. Something like the Orders of the Silver Sword. Not every single role in the Orders requires you to be going around throwing around spells and magic. Some of it is a lot more meticulous or clerical in more of the administrative sense of the word. And so it's not necessary for you to learn magic, because learning magic or learning how to cast spells is a time-consuming, laborious process, regardless of how you do it, unless you're a sorcerer or a warlock. Regardless of how you do it. And so if you're taking time to do that, you're taking time away from other things that could be done. And so it's more about like what are the needs of the religion in that area, as well as the sect of it, and is it necessary for you to be part of that? Not every Knight of the Silver Sword is not necessarily a paladin, right? Some of them are just really powerful fighters.
Yep.
Who are they believe a lot in their cause, but maybe they're not, everybody knows, like, you've got the fighter, you've got the paladin, right? If it's like, oh, those kobolds are hurting those villagers, we should go help them, it's the right thing to do. I mean, the paladin is already over there slaying them because he's like, I must, these people, and that's the difference,
Paladins.
Right? It's the like,
useless.
it's the zealous and dogmatic belief that what I'm doing is right versus the like, that's probably the right thing to do. We should go do that.
And you can certainly have both within the same order. My Deadliest Dungeon character is a paladin by profession.
Yeah.
And a barbarian by class.
Yeah.
I love your Deadliest character, by the way. It's super fun.
But that's exactly the point. Like, you even have like the subclass of barbarian, the zealot.
Yep.
Right. It's like that's the same kind of concept. You're just so infused with your beliefs and your conviction that like you've sort of manifested some power. In a lot of worlds, that is like probably. I assume the zealot barbarian is like you're some god's like favorite chaos child. They're just like, I like this guy. Here you go. Have some magic. Whereas in Imaria, it's more like you've actually managed to just manifest it through your belief and conviction.
In Imaria, what was the name of the barbarian subclass?
Which
just
one?
said it. The one you just talked about.
Zealot.
Well, zealot is a expansion of wizards, but yeah.
In Imaria, this subclass is such an anime protagonist.
Kind
where
of,
it's like, I believe in this thing so strongly, I'm going to get really angry and develop a bunch of power.
Don't believe in yourself, believe in the me that believes in you, yeah.
Okay, so all you technically need for divine magic is a soul and a source of mana, yeah?
And a strong belief.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. So Is there anything stopping disembodied souls from creating divine magic?
Nope.
Concept.
Just
David
interesting.
Sobolov.
I mean, in fairness,
Ghost
that,
of Dr.
that is
Blase.
right.
effectively what I've done with Solomon's hat.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a very good point. Like you could have if you managed to if you were a soul and you believed strong enough in whatever it is you're doing, you likely would be able to channel divine magic.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth also like we call it divine magic because that's what it's classified in D&D. They likely would call it spiritual magic in Imaria, right? It's like we're saying that the magic that we classify that what clerics and paladins do as divine magic of healing and you know that of the soul and this clerical stuff, like that's divine magic. But
just to clarify, there's lots of clerics that don't do healing and stuff.
for sure, right? Like whatever the divine spell list, as it were. We classify it as divine magic because that's what people recognize it as. In Imaria, I think in lore, they would probably, like I said, refer to it as spiritual or self-actualization.
They just manifest
or
it, bro.
Yeah, manifest magic.
Faith magic.
Faith magic. They would call it something else because divine as a term is kind of an alien concept.
Sure.
So for the sake of translation, we refer to it as divine magic.
What you're telling me is if I want to completely screw over any of your games, I just need to become a disembodied soul and then inhabit the retica that keeps the sky continents afloat. And then I will have an unending source of magic, and I can cast unbelievably powerful spells.
He says if he becomes a soul who believes so strongly in what he's doing, he could then possess the reticana crystals that are holding Lunalia aloft, and then use that to channel massively powerful energy.
What a great story!
I was going to say that sounds like a great like BBEG.
What I'm doing in Tides.
I was going to say, not in Tides. I'm talking about your own champion of a show.
It is worth mentioning.
Bringing down the sky ocean. I'm bringing down the sky.
It is worth mentioning that if you were to do something like that, Iunia, the Ruby Elder Dragon, would probably start sending.
I got more power than him. It's fine.
I don't know about that. But yeah, that would but that sounds like a great plot to incorporate and then be an obstacle for the players.
I'm going to incorporate it tonight in our Tides game.
And then you can become the villain of the next campaign.
That's right. Excuse me, guys. I'll be right back.
Right back. If I believe in myself strongly enough.
What's coming down?
If I believe in myself strongly enough, I will ascend. If I strike myself down, I shall become more powerful than I can possibly imagine.
I got to roll a d20 here.
You know what? You've got enough charisma. You could probably get a bunch of the party members to go along with the same plan.
Because if we all drink the Kool-Aid, the odds are higher.
One of us has got to ascend, right?
We've just got to do it while the Sky Island is passing overhead.
That's right.
Jesus.
It'll catch us.
It's also worth mentioning, as is always the case, if you're ever looking for GM world building advice, is that do the characters know how this is how it works? The answer is probably no. Like for example, the guy who's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this incredibly specific thing with the way the world works." I'm like, I don't think your former farmer comprehends that that's how.
No way, man. Comprehending that is part of my backstory.
Yeah, well,
I woke up one morning with that knowledge.
Yes,
and kicked off the whole journey.
That's an interesting question. Like, how much of that would a cleric be aware of?
So I feel like for the way I'm always,
like normally a cleric is like, I send out my
I pray to my god and they give me power
to the sky.
It's got to depend on the sect, right?
So there is that. I've always seen it as like wizardry is academic. We're going to teach you math, and with math you cast spells, right? For like clerics in Imaria, I've always seen it as more like it is very spiritual. It's more about like getting in touch with your spiritual self, and then through that you channel magic. I've never seen it as something that they teach in a very like academic, very clinical way. I've always believed it to be more like you must find your own faith, go on a vision quest, and like that kind of spiritual style
but presumably
thing.
They would know that they're talking to themselves, not to something
I believe
else.
that they have a rough idea on the fundamentals of how to access the power and what gives them access to the power. I don't know if they would understand what's happening in the back end of how it all sorts itself out.
Sure.
Like, I don't know if they know So we made a point to say, like, the way IO-Essence works, the vast majority of Weave Breakers don't actually know, because it's a secret that only the original 10 actually knew.
Yeah.
And a lot of them died before they could tell anybody that that's how it works. So only like the Elder Dragons maybe know the secret of IO-Essence and what it does to you.
Well,
as
and my
it's
character,
used.
'cause it's in the
Well, of course,
backstory.
right.
This is why I was saying surely it must depend on the sect to some degree, because they're all going to have theories for how it works.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And some of those theories will be closer than others.
All right. New plan. We create infinite sects of religions
Until we find one that has
Someone
it
gets
right.
it right. That's that scene in The Good Place where they're like, every religion's got it about 25% correct, except that one guy who's like 98. We have a portrait of him on the wall.
Yes.
Like, he did shrooms once, and he just went into this tirade, and it was scarily accurate.
What I'm hearing from
Call
you
by name?
is that the Tao is endless and all paths lead to the Tao.
That's right.
Okay. As long as we're clear on that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that the Heliacal Prime would probably take a much more, like, this is what you do to get the power to destroy our enemies. Whereas the Dyad's more like, you must come to terms with that which you cannot change and that which you can, and learn to accept the balance of both. Only then shall you find the power within, and
Yeah.
that's the difference between the religions and how they're approached to it. The Heliacal Prime, being a Templar-based society, are likely going to have figured out a bit more of how it works.
So, something else that we haven't really talked about, and I'm very interested in it because I personally love playing evil characters. I think they're super fun.
I didn't know this about you.
To be fair, I've only actually played one evil character in our games.
Is it the hat that eats
but
people?
Yes,
No, the hat's not evil.
yes, but you had such joy.
Phineas was good fun. So
It didn't
Wait.
help that in the session 1 you sacrificed your mercy for a deal with a devil.
That's
Yeah.
a good deal.
Definitely
That's a
did not
good
help.
deal.
nobody brought any healing spells.
Who brings appropriate spells?
So we discovered this while we were in combat, and it was like, well, something needs to happen here. And this lovely chap offered me
It's a
Just
red-skinned horned chap.
for
in a suit.
mere price of my mercy, to
Which you
give me
didn't need
healing word. I
anyways.
wasn't using it.
Yeah. That's a no-brainer.
And then, like, a few sessions later, we're in that dungeon area where the guy's getting tortured and there's a bucket of salt. And I start dragging it over to interrogate him, and Becca realizes what's going on and just loses her shit.
Well, it all culminated when you found one of the guys in charge of this
Yeah.
whole operation. You beat him down so he yields, and you go to interrogate him, and I just kill him.
Yeah.
It's like, I have no mercy. And they're just like, okay, yeah, this is a problem.
This is a problem. So anyways, where does evil, like, obviously for
Hello, Brad.
Hello, Brad.
Hi, Brad.
For the sake of, like, divination,
Sure.
it's pretty clear that evil is just you are a bad person.
Right.
This is fun.
Evil.
But as a broader stance, we've sort of generally classed evil in Imaria as the lunar hordes,
Essentially.
give or take.
Yeah.
Are all of the dragons good?
I like to. So they would like to tell you that they are above morality.
Everyone would love to tell you that. That's not what I asked.
Something me and the dragons have in common.
Yeah, they deal in cosmic balance,
Sure,
which
yes.
is the mortal notions of good and evil are, but
So does Q.
right, exactly, right. It's that kind of concept is that
Yeah.
they are so realistically they are good. Because they want to preserve the world. They want to ensure that its longevity. They want to protect it. They want to maintain it. They want the people there to thrive, to live. But they're not necessarily going to stop a genocide if they foresee that by having that happen, it will, in the long run,
Sure.
cause a greater preventative thing, right? So how you personally would classify that morally as a mere mortal, they wouldn't care. They'd be like, you're dumb. This is going... We have to allow the Eltharians to do what they're doing because in the end, 100 years from now, when it all balances out, we will be better for it.
Right.
Does that mean that thousands of people are going to die, nations will be crushed, and borders will be redrawn? Yes, it does. But in 1,000 years, that won't matter either. So they're dealing in such a large scale that the concept of one life having
but
real value to them is not
There
really
are
something they
no
equate.
dragons that are working against Imaria.
They
No
all set to
elder dragons.
r//
No
trolley
elder.
problems.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, all the Elder Dragons are all kind of on the same page in that they want to protect Imaria and guide it. They all have different ideas of how they should go about it, some more altruistic than others, but they would all do what they believe to be necessary for the betterment of Imaria, for the greater good, as they would put it.
Fair enough. Hello, Atomic Comics.
Hey.
Howdy.
I should go back and check out the chat.
And hello, Richard.
Good day.
Oh my God, people always
Everybody's
show up
coming in
right
now.
when it's time to leave. We should start this stream later.
Well, remember, we don't cut this stream.
Right.
We don't cut the stream.
I'll go back to my emails.
Everybody's. We're here for a long time, not a good time. Wait.
Wait,
Wait a minute.
that's not right.
Okay, cool. So,
Now that being said, if you wanted to do a story where like one of the Elder Dragons has got it in his head that like, you know what, all the Chimeras probably should just die, and that's going to cause this great thing to happen 100 years from now.
yeah.
Your players may take issue with that.
So,
like, you know, you could do something like that where it's
Have you
they're
met our
doing
players?
something. Well, you know, well, no. What you do is you just make sure that that's where all the dogs live.
So if we instead of inhabiting a sky continent, if we instead inhabit an elder dragon, they have even more power.
Yeah, I agree. That was where my brain went first.
Yeah.
As soon as you
Good
said the
thing I'm
dragon
not
might start
damning them.
sending people after you.
But yeah, you could definitely do a story where the Elder Dragons are the villains because of whatever. I mean, like we've experimented with Chimeras, the Amber Elder Dragon, in a lot of our shows that we've done, and they have had some interesting concepts of what should and shouldn't be allowed to occur. So, and the players often butt heads with it.
But if you decide to make a story arc where the elder dragons are considered evil, beware the plunge dwarves.
Oh, plunge dwarves are the best.
They will attack you.
I'm going to tell DDO to create a plunge dwarf,
Oh man.
even though jumping is.
Well, I was gonna
actually,
ask you,
I
do you know?
think,
I mean,
think next
we're-
week on the Patreon we might be seeing a magic plunger.
Wait, a plunger or a dwarf? Because those are different things.
Plunger used by a plunge
Oh,
dwarf.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
The
from
plunger of
the-
Jean
it's-
Latrine.
It's from Lecrae.
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 Yeah.
I think the Elder Dragons recognize their integral connection to Imaria, how they are tied to it. Their survival, even in a more memorial sense for some, is dependent on Imaria surviving. Just my take. Yeah, I think
sure.
that's about
If
right.
you want to just take a pragmatic approach, that definitely works.
I think that's reasonable. So here's where my stance is. Here's where my question was. Well, actually, I have two questions. One's completely unrelated, so I'll ask you first. Do you know yet when you're going to start doing DDO? Like what days or anything?
Actually,
Because I'm
I
actually
was
curious. Because potentially I want to.
I was considering doing it after. I'm doing it on Wednesdays after everything closes down.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to stay here and then.
That would make sense,
I see.
actually.
Yeah,
I got you.
Wednesdays for sure, and then I would like to get back to my Friday time slot. The problem is because of traveling and stuff like that. Fridays.
yeah.
I mean, it'll be in a regular thing. I'm trying to get back to doing it as nightly as possible.
Sure.
Because that's just how Twitch and streams work.
Yeah.
The only downside there is that when you start creating patterns for your life, those patterns
Yeah.
are now set. So I have to disrupt those patterns.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I've been hesitating to disrupt those patterns because so far it's kind of an ease for me at the
Yeah.
moment. And as soon as I start disrupting patterns, then I got to deal with that disruption.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
also, I
cool.
do not want. It's going to sound weird because I should do it right for six sides, but because of the six sides
Yeah.
transitional period we're working on right now on how to make the network work properly, and now that I'm officially representing Standing Stone Games,
Yeah.
which is also SSG, very weird.
Yeah.
Because everybody in the thing is like, go SSG. Yeah, I can't wait, SSG. And I'm like, six sides of gaming? Wait, no, Standing Stone Games. I got it.
Uh-huh.
Because of all that,
Just take the eco boost every time.
That's right.
Don't mentally correct.
super slick Goff, done.
That's what I mean.
And so I just want to make sure, and this is my own paralysis analysis, that when I start this, I don't put myself into a pigeonhole where I have to then either pivot or stop it.
Right.
Or that I burn
Okay.
myself out. So it is going to happen likely tonight. I might just go on stream tonight from the office or from here, and and just open up my character. It's been like 8 months since I've done this, and then just like mess around while talking and hanging out. I also figured out a really interesting thing to do is the Celebrity Side Quest podcasts that I haven't released lately is to re-release them with me running through dungeons. And just having me talk to celebrities about D&D while I'm playing DDO. Things like that. Like, these are just really interesting programming things, but a lot of it is hesitant on our meetings after the game.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. And then the second question is, how'd you get so handsome? No.
Me? I was born that way.
Obviously.
Genetics.
It was related. We were talking about Elder Dragons. Yes. So when an Elder Dragon dies,
Right.
which has happened,
Yes.
the Elder Dragons, in their original sense, were part of the world and were sort of have always existed so long as the seed of the world has existed,
Right.
in one form or another. When one dies, their energy goes into the veil. Yes?
At current, yes. If one were to die now, yes.
So the ones that died before,
The veil
I thought
didn't
they
exist.
created the veil.
They
by doing
did, but
this.
many died before the veil existed.
And it
Many
just
Boffins
went,
died to bring us this information.
and it's just gone.
We don't actually specify where their soul went, but one would assume whatever afterlife system existed before the veil, that's where it
It's
is.
So-
a video game launch.
Is an Elder Dragon status something that could be achieved by a normal dragon?
I mean, I'm inclined to say no, but
That means yes.
I could certainly see there. Because at current, no, but I could definitely see a campaign with a powerful great worm coming up with a ritual that would allow them to do some kind of. They have to consume the essence from the veil,
Well,
destroying the
so
veil in the process, but
should-
then ascending to Elder Dragonhood or something along those lines. Like I could
Well, so to
see
be
that being
clear,
a story.
If a dragon were to kill an Elder Dragon and suck up its innards,
I would say that if they managed to do that, I would allow them to gain the power of an Elder Dragon.
and so if a desperado rogue with a bionic arm
We're to slurp up an Elder Dragon.
were to slurp up an Elder Dragon smoothie,
I mean, if you
Elder Dragon smoothie.
if you can somehow manage to defeat a CR30 creature by yourself, you go right ahead.
Who said anything about doing it by yourself?
yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
what
You
does
can
he
talk to
think-
Loholt about fighting an Elder
why
Dragon.
does
He
he
fought
think
a
I'm gonna do it
reanimated Elder
myself?
Dragon.
No problem.
Peasant railgun.
It force caged him
Have you-
immediately.
I just need to find a wizard who has enlarged and problem solved.
You need at least a couple of them so you can get real big.
No. You put something in the dragon.
Oh, I see.
It's the Ant-Man up the butthole. Thanos.
I
It's
think
a
you're
classic
I think
strategy.
you're vastly underestimating the
Oh my
size
God.
of the Elder Dragon.
Yeah.
That's even as fun as the other thing that I had going on, which is why wouldn't Doctor Strange, when he was like,
Yeah.
just create the portal? They pull his hand through and he closes the
Oh
portal.
yeah,
and
no,
chops
no,
the
no,
hand. Like,
abso-freaking-lutely.
that whole scene where
Oh.
Iron Man's like, Quill, don't.
Just
Quill,
as an
don't.
aside,
I'm like,
just
dude,
as an aside,
boom, dead.
it is incredible that first of all, this movie is good. Secondly, it is incredible that the final draft of that film includes a scene where the closing portal slices off a dude's hand. and then
they
later
didn't
on,
do that
when
with
it's a
Thanos.
huge plot point that they have to get this off his hand, it just doesn't happen.
Well, because in the timeline where they do that, it doesn't work.
That's right.
Well, they've got that defense. They've also got the idea that like
Why doesn't it work?
You can
because there's only one timeline where they
that's
win.
The joke is that's why they included
if
that
they
line
did it
in
any
the-
other way, it wouldn't have been
yeah.
there. That's the thing. I think the general well understood reasoning is that him
lazy.
holding him there requires quote unquote concentration, which I mean I've looked at Doctor Strange's power set, no way. But I think that is the argument is
Well, then
that
why
him
didn't they bring
using
Wongers
the
along?
whatever the binds of Bellatar or whatever is preventing him from being able to use the sling ring. But it's like sure. I feel like that would just be what you'd be doing rapid fire though the entire time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
Where was
Mantis
Spider-Man's
had
friend?
him. Mantis had him.
Yeah,
you
I know.
can let go of the gauntlet
Well,
for a second.
This is what
Spider-Man
what
had-
I'm saying, right?
He wasn't even
Like,
holding him there. Like,
it is a wild moment. It's
the same as the Star Wars when it's just like when the pod goes off. It's like, sir, a pod just jettisoned, but there's no life forms. Well, we guess we better not waste the plasma energy to
Yeah,
blow
well,
the fucking
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
What do
Blow
we
it
pay-
up.
Do we pay by the
Game
laser?
over. R2D2
So
and
could,
C3PO
could
are gone.
Thanos defeat an Elder Dragon?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so So here's
If he has all the Infinity Stones, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
How many Infinity Stones does he need to beat an Elder
At least the
Dragon?
Power Stone.
Okay.
So here's what I'm thinking. If you get something small enough that it can go into the cardiovascular system of an Elder Dragon and then enlarge it while it's in the heart.
This is fucking phenomenal.
How many hearts do Elder Dragons have?
Well, now they have 2.
Oh, now they have 2.
You know what? Honestly, I'll take the win.
Put that down. They have 2. Bivascular system.
Yeah, honestly,
Just like a Time Lord.
there are so
That's how
many
the doctor
ways to
survives
just
that
murder.
witch who can stop your heart. She stops his heart. He's got 2, so he's like, one of my hearts is stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, so... And then once I was an Elder Dragon, if I drink more Elder Dragon smoothies...
Actually, this is kind of fun. So do you know how great worms are made?
No, not
So according to...
Really
they
carefully?
are born in America.
Better than the normal ones?
That's
No, those
funny.
are bald worms.
No, because it's great. Making
Yes.
a great
Yeah,
worm
yeah,
again. No, that was bad.
The
I see myself out.
So in Fizban's Dragon book, what they basically say is that a great worm is a... So there's some weird stuff they talk about, but one of the things they say is like every world in the D&D multiverse has a dragon that is the same dragon as in every other world. So like if you have a
Oh, it's
dragon...
the one electron theory.
If you have a dragon called Ebon-Death over here, on this other world, there's also a dragon who is Ebon-Death or whatever he calls himself. But
Yeah.
the point is they're the same dragon. They're because the world was whole and then it was fractured into a bunch and all the souls of the dragons were split. So the idea is if you as a dragon begin consuming all of the other echoes of your souls and all the other worlds,
Yeah, they
you
made a
can
movie about
ascend
this.
you ascend into a great worm.
Yeah, and then at some point you can kick a light post and it falls over because you're so powerful.
Right.
That's a deep cut. If you haven't seen the film, it's fine.
That's how great worms are made. So, like, the idea that an Elder Dragon could do that is probably within the same realm of possibility. And that might be how you, if you wanted to become a god of Imaria, consuming the last 4 Elder Dragons would probably get you there. But good luck with that. Again, that's like a level 25 kind of ish campaign concept idea, which is interesting.
Consuming
could
your
do it.
first Elder Dragon's got to be the hardest one.
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
that's easier
The
for
first
me.
one's definitely the hardest one. Once you've got the power of an Elder Dragon, going after the others is probably a little bit easier. The thing is that if you're going to be doing that, it's likely all going to be like Matrix level dream kind of fights in like the Veil, because like physically speaking, you'd be in an atrophied body that hasn't seen movement in like generations.
No, my
No.
body's brand new. I just
Unless-
drank the
I see
I
you're
would be
consuming
drinking.
the essence. I
Yes.
see.
The only possible problem with this is just the volume of the smoothie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
you'd
little
explode
sips.
before
Your kidneys would have a lot of work to do. Is all I'm saying. That's,
No, you take extra amino acids first.
Yeah, fair enough. Do the kidneys actually? Are they what filters the magic out so that you can reuse it in your own system, or like what organ is it the spleen? Is that what it actually
gonna
does?
say,
It's the Dantian.
Did you say pedantium?
The Dantian.
I don't know what that is.
It's what your key gets stored in.
I'm currently going through my GameholeCon schedule and updating details. William Dangler, because I know you're going to be there.
Oh yeah.
Brad McMillan said Sue Storm can make force field bubbles inside of someone's blood vein, which is
Brad McMillan.
This is the problem with any sort of force magic.
I was
where
gonna
it's
say
just
this.
like,
I was gonna say this is the problem with most superheroes is that as soon as a like really intelligent writer gets handed some characters, it's like, boy, this superhero should have no problems ever.
This is actually why D&D most spells say unoccupied space.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like Force Cube in the middle of that CR30 enemy, okay, it just got cut into a bunch of pieces. It's done.
yeah.
But would
Done.
Ghost Rider's penance stare work on an Elder Dragon?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. He's the biggest jobber in the MCU.
Was this?
Ghost Rider?
Oh, yeah.
His penance stare never works when it matters.
But it's Nick Cage.
That works all the time.
Oh, actually, no, you're right. It probably wouldn't be Ghost Rider stare. It'd probably be just Nick Cage looks at the dragon and like,
I want to take his face off.
Isn't the whole point of the end of that movie that he like tricks the demon into consuming the 1,000 souls
Pretty
so that
much,
he can
yeah.
then soul burn him 1,000 times
yes,
over or whatever?
which is
Yeah.
ridiculous. But
the
amazing.
whole movie's ridiculous.
Happy Man Games got modded for no reason. Here you go. I fixed it.
Oh, what was you trying to say?
This conversation is fueled by pedantium.
Well, yeah.
Okay, first of all, great. That's amazing. Second of all, Automod, what are you doing? What part of that comment needed to be held for review?
Exactly.
pedantium part.
I guess, yeah. How dare you? That's great.
Yeah,
I think pedantry is why we're here, right?
I've been called pedantic my whole life.
Yeah.
Really? I can't see why.
I've been called way worse than that my whole life.
Petty.
All right. Well, so when are we actually?
Ah, yes,
when are
she
people-
said I was on the artist spectrum.
That's a good one.
Keep chatting. This is good.
So
People
yeah,
are-
everybody keep chatting. We actually want to know. So I'm curious what people think about Elder Dragon smoothies. What kind of boosters would you add to it? Like if you went into boosters,
Whey
and said,
protein.
I think wheat protein's a strong one.
Do you need more protein though? I feel like
the immune
that's like
booster probably a great one because you're
Like it's swole.
so hear me out. You're gonna take a little while to get through the. You're gonna
The
take a
immune
little-
booster is a good idea because
Yeah.
you don't know what those husks have.
Right, and it's going to take you a minute to drink all of it. So, like,
Yeah.
it's going to start to go.
How are you liquefying it exactly? Are you just
Blender.
I would think a large.
a
blender.
really large blender?
Hang on, let me call Blend Tech real quick
Important
and ask
question.
will it blend.
We have the 4 tables at Game Hole. Thundercats, Evil
Can you
Dead,
hear me?
Munchkin,
I can mute you.
and then the
Yeah.
4th one, Imaria, but Deadliest Dungeon.
You
Sure.
are.
Or do you want to have one
Go.
as
Go.
not Evil Dead and just do Imaria proper and have the Deadliest Dungeon as well?
I feel like you could do.
Because it is October. Evil Dead will be released.
Mm,
You know,
I feel like you could probably do a Deadliest Dungeon that's very Imaria centric. Just include the 4 Pillars of Power in.
well, yeah.
Dungeon.
Okay, so then we
So I think you
got
can
it.
just do the one.
Thank
yeah.
you.
So
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. So yeah, I think Blend Tech. I assume it would blend. I have yet to watch one of their videos where it didn't blend. So
You need the special titanium one.
no, they have.
That's what I'm
their
saying,
whole,
yeah.
that's like their whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
They might have even upgraded to tungsten carbide. I don't know. Although
No,
they're-
that'll do it.
maybe not, because that can flake off and kill you. So maybe not. Maybe it's still titanium.
Yeah, usually bad practice in food.
On the other hand, you could use tungsten carbide on the Elder Dragon because once you get the first little bit of power in there, I don't think it hurts you anymore.
Well, momentum alone would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Well, that's true. As soon as you've like consumed, well, like a 1%,
You're
at
gonna
that
be
point,
pretty powerful.
you're pretty much. That's just like a con save at that point.
Yeah, I think you'd be
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. What percentage of an Elder Dragon would you need to consume in order to become immune to all disease?
Oh, probably a very small amount.
Like if I just took a bite out of an Elder
I think
Dragon.
it would depend on which dragon. Because if it's Tsirin, who's the dragon of life, I'd say a bite would probably do it.
You think you'd let me?
No.
You sure? I should ask.
Are you an emo?
I could fake being an
Well,
emo.
then maybe.
What if I just ate his toenail clippings?
That's how that's the. Have you ever? You seem like the kind of guy who would do this. Have you ever looked up the 10 ways that a low-level party can kill a Tarask?
Oh yes. Yeah.
Or it's like get a Vorpal sword.
Yeah.
Okay, go to the Tarask cave, slice a toenail off while it's sleeping,
Yeah.
bring it back, cast clone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Low-level party.
Adrian is really interested in eating an Elder Dragon. So there's two things here. One, yes. Second, I'm also wondering about what sort of interesting fast food options we could create in Imaria if we were to just like how many Big Macs could you get out of an Elder Dragon?
A lot.
And then so
Can
like
we
this-
send that as an official question on the website to McDonald's?
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is the whole thing is building up an army to fight against the lunar hordes, right?
Yeah.
So if you just served everybody, there's this really horrific but amusing quote from The Office where Dwight talks about you can get like 6 sliders and 2 burgers or whatever from a horse without killing it. So like I said it was horrific. So I'm surprised they put it in the show, to be honest. Anyways,
It was a different time, man.
yeah, different time. So like if we took that to an Elder Dragon, like if we just because they regenerate at some level, I'm sure.
Yeah, they do. They would
Like-
have to.
Could we not just make the entire Imarian population immune to like everything and super powerful? by just farming like
See, that's really
industrial
interesting.
farming
That's
the
really
Elder
interesting.
Dragons?
So there's a trope in D&D that's been going on since the olden days of the
Yeah.
fact that trolls can regenerate. That
Yeah.
like a lot of like evil villains will create like just meat hooks and they'll put like troll arms on it and they'll
Sure.
just shave pieces off, feed it to things, and then it grows back and shave more off, and they'll
Yeah.
just keep
But-
replenishing. But it's like that is seen as like that's an evil thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Because
but here's
it's,
my
it's
thinking
horrific.
on
but
Elder Dragon, and you're right, Crafty Connect. The dragon blood would work fine.
so that is 100% what they do already.
So here's my thinking though: if I were to, we'll ignore for the moment how I'm going to do this. If I
Sure.
were to steal an Elder Dragon and use it to feed the populace to make a stronger army to fight the Lunar
Right.
Hordes, the Elder Dragon should be okay with this.
So
Like I should
really-
be able to talk one into this.
This is very interesting. I think you probably could. So here's the thing, right? You recall those Kuo-toa that were guarding
Yeah.
Amber. They were all half dragons, and there was all those dragon sharks, and the dragon
Yeah,
octopus.
yeah.
That's how
That's
they
why.
got that way.
Yeah.
They were given essentially essence
Yeah.
of the Elder Dragon to gain.
Don't worry
half-
about what essence means.
No, whatever. Yeah.
Fill in the blank.
Yeah. They were given the proteins of the Elder Dragon. And
Oh no, no! You're gonna miss me when I walk. You're gonna miss me when I
the
talk.
life fluids.
That's right.
And they basically were crafted into half dragons through that process. This is typically done to those who defend the Elder Dragon to give them more power
Sure.
so that they are better defenders and better
Yeah.
guardians. The Kuo-toa were just creating these things to make the lake so inhospitable that no one would ever disturb it. And in return, the population was like, that place has got some bomb diggity creatures. Let's make a town and have an
Of
entire
course.
economy around killing them.
Diggity.
And so
Of
it kind
course.
of backfired. But
So
but that
what-
concept, I think you probably could go to the right, if you could phrase it in the right way and go
Yeah.
to the right Elder Drake, you could probably
What kind of charisma
make
check
that work.
do I need? For
I think
this?
again, I think it depends.
Yeah.
Because the thing is like that. Then my question on there is, I think from a world building perspective, my immediate answer to why they don't just do that is I would
Well, they wouldn't trust the army
well
for one.
Well, one, you would have to decide what does being a half dragon do? Does that grant them some level of telepathic control? At which point, Chrymaris is not going to want to do that because their whole thing is guiding the population in the correct order
Yeah.
rather than just forcing them to through like
Yeah.
magical coercion. At the second point, does that make them sterile?
Well, it depends where you cut off the flesh, I suppose.
No, I mean the half dragons, right? Because this is the story to Half-Life or Fallout 1.
Yes.
Fallout 1, they're making the army of super soldiers, and then they realize that the process of mutating them makes them sterile, so they actually can't. Once they've
Yes.
evolved all the humans, they actually eventually just run out of soldiers.
Yeah.
And so, like that, to me, would be the quickest and easiest way to say that the reason the Elder Dragons don't do that is because they know it will doom the planet. But they will do it to enough creatures to make it so that they can still have their own kind of dependable armies.
Yeah.
But they're not going to convert the entire population.
Yeah. All right.
That would be that would be at least if I were to answer the question of why they don't do it, I would say that's probably the reason why.
Okay. All right.
There has because there would
I
have
could buy
to
that
be
for $1.
yeah, there would have to be a reason that doing that. Yes, it empowers them, but it also has a side effect that is
Yeah.
basically you cannot live with.
So it's not that I need better charisma; it's that I need to become a biological scientist.
See, there
so
you
that I
go.
can
See,
figure
this
out the
is how you solve your
reproduction
problems.
issues.
That's right. You have to figure out a way to genetically splice half dragons so that they're no longer sterile, and at that point, you can just enlighten and you
What
can
if-
enhance and evolve the entirety of the planet.
What if I just surgically embed a reservoir into all of the existing creatures so that their pre-transition essence, if you know what I mean, is saved up
It sounds like an incredibly long,
and
complicated
can be metered
process
down.
with a turkey-based.
I think we might have a horror-themed.
Yeah, I was going to say
Imarian
this.
adventure
We're getting like Dr. Frankenstein
Remember-
level of.
remember
I
when I
just
said I liked
watched the Frankenstein movie last night.
Which one?
The newest one with
Oh, okay.
Guillermo del Toro, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, I have not.
It's great.
Yeah, I've heard. I
It's
haven't seen
great.
it.
It's long and Oscar worthy, but it's
Yeah.
great. Like it's a journey, man. You gotta you got to commit to watching that sucker,
Yeah.
you know. And there are times where I'm like, wow, it's visually appealing all the way through, kept me engaged. But at some point, I was like, this is a long.
Were you
movie.
getting the Mordenheim vibes?
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
was great. I was loving everything about it. Everything about it. I was actually like, man, I want to fucking play this game. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, the new Ravenloft book does have the
Just came out.
does have an artificer subclass for that exact thing.
Yipper.
Okay, so when we do an all evil campaign, we'll have to add a whole bunch of like trigger warnings. Yeah, I did see
Chronovir's
that.
all
Yeah.
day yesterday diner. Order the paradox combo.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, when we figure out what all the trigger warnings need to be for that campaign, we can do an evil character campaign.
Well, I actually really like that idea as like you could certainly, because most people always view the Elder Dragons as like they're the good guys. Like, well, they
Yeah.
are, but
Kinda,
they
yeah.
can do things that the mortals and players may find horrific.
Yeah.
And one of them could be that perhaps Thalagrantis is just like, you know what, I'm kind of fed up with this whole tug of war. I want to wipe out the Lunar
Yeah.
Hordes. I'm going to create an army of super soldiers, and I'm going to leave enough that will be okay.
Yeah.
But I am just going to start doing this
Yeah.
to all of the continents in order to ensure that we have victory against the Lunar Hordes at this point. And the other Elder Dragons might be like, we got to stop him. That's like that's a problem. But they can't directly get involved or whatever. Like, then or it could be like a sect of like their cults that's doing this. Like, that's a really cool concept of like basically doing Fallout 1 but with dragons is really interesting. And that's kind of that's just a side of the Elder Dragons that I have not really even considered. I've always used them as like plot devices, reasons to get the characters the information and the destination and the power that they need to then do the story.
Yeah, you've
Versus-
never thought about using them in an industrial farm.
Not
setting.
really, no.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm here.
That's right. But yeah, that is actually really interesting. I mean, I did in the sense of the Kuo-toa.
Yes, yeah.
They,
Well,
were,
I mean,
they were doing that on a smaller scale.
That's kind of
essentially.
where I got some of the questions from. Is like there was clearly a transfer of power there, no question.
Yeah.
And it
I-
strikes me that given their goals, if the transfer of power, even if it was something that was bad for them but good for the longevity
So this
of
is the thing.
Imaria-
I would also think that for every half dragon they create, it probably reduces their power somewhat. Like they would be able to regenerate it.
I was going to say,
but-
presumably they'd get it back when
Yeah.
the half dragon died. If
Yeah, well, or
no
at least it would just
before.
regenerate over
Yeah.
time, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But I would say that
6 sliders and 2 burgers.
whatever it is, whether it be that they're sterile or that it's too much of a drain on their power too quickly.
Yeah.
Because you could also go the route of Timothy Zahn's take on cloning Jedi, which is that
Oh yes.
if you speed up the clone, it like their connection to the Force makes them go mad. So
Yeah.
you have to do a slow cloning process, which is
Yeah.
really that kind of concept is like you can't just make an army. You have to slowly drip feed it in order to maintain the power level and the
Yeah,
connections and everything.
Yeah.
If 2 half dragons have a kid, is there a chance of it being a full dragon?
So I was saying that if I were to
It just gets the dragon
If I
genes
were to
from
make
both
that
parents.
But more importantly, is there a chance of it being a no dragon?
Yes, both of those questions.
I would say immediately, not having the time to really properly follow through the chain of events, I'd say that half dragons are likely sterile.
Oh, that makes sense. It's disappointing.
Well,
so
but it makes
they're
sense.
tigers.
I'm not necessarily. Yeah,
Yeah.
Or
I'm not
mules.
necessarily saying this
Mules.
is a permanent lore thing, but I'm saying at
You heard it
current-
here, folks.
At
Canonical
current,
lore.
I see no reason
decided.
for this to not be the case in order to easily solve
Yeah.
a
I
very
think-
fascinating lore question.
I think that's probably a very reasonable answer because otherwise,
Otherwise,
there
I think
wouldn't
they
really be a
would
down-
just find
yeah.
a way to do it.
Right.
Is the answer? They
Yeah.
would just find a way to do it.
I think that would have to be. I think you're right. Lohold could open his own food truck called The Last Stand. I like that. That's fantastic.
What's that?
Lohold could open his own food truck called The Last
I
Stand.
love it.
Where you serve up burgers made from chimeras.
I have a very important mechanical question, not logistical question for real life. We are only missing Austin and Mal
Yeah, they are
for
both
tonight's
coming
game.
together.
Yep.
They are coming together. Do we
Yep.
know when they're arriving?
Should be soon. They said they wouldn't be here early for this.
I'm
chat,
just
but they would
wondering
be
if
here.
anyone who needs to start thinking about costuming, you should start doing that. When do we want to start the game?
After-
The game.
Well, the game's going to be late because I have a 6:30 I have to have, so I will join the game as
That's fine. You're up-
leaders.
you're up in the
I
crow's nest.
can't
You're
help it.
busy.
People from
The
LA.
game's been carried
when
off
I have
by
to when I have to
pterodactyls.
take
The
meetings,
game's been carried off by pterodactyls.
I
You
mean,
guys have to go rescue him.
The realism is that I do prioritize trying to stream, but the nature of my business is I work off of time zones.
Yeah.
And I'm working with some serious talent in LA at the moment, and when they dictate
They're
the time,
all in the middle of the work.
their
right
work
now,
day
yeah.
is
Yeah.
post time. I agree, and then it's Eastern time here, so I'm going to be gone for the first probably half hour, but I'll be back in.
And this is why he can't open a
So-
food truck.
This is why I will never open a food truck. I'm done with the restaurant industry. My God, I'm out.
Okay, so we'll aim to transition to that in about 15, 20
I'd say probably,
minutes,
15,
maybe half
20
hour.
minutes.
Yeah, okay.
They should. I would imagine they will be here in the next.
As we have
6,
been, we
7
are going
minutes.
to largely stay live. We might cut stream for a few minutes because OBS hates doing what I tell it to do, but we're not
Only there was
planning
another OBS.
Yeah.
I'm
Like a
working on
better
it.
one.
I'm
Only
working
there
on
was a
it.
better one.
I'm working.
You know what I mean?
Made by a really good developer.
If there was a good developer to do this, for
I'm
sure.
working on it.
A Canadian developer.
Yeah,
all the way up.
with the initials AK.
That's right.
Southern
AKA.
Ontario.
A local one.
All
right, I'm outta
with a
here.
proximity close enough that I can
All right.
smell the monster.
I would
All right,
support a local.
Shut the fuck up. I'm out of here.
Sorry, we love you, man.
That's it. I'm formatting the
Hard
Formatting
drive.
the drive.
All the 6 sizes deleted.
Just the
Yikes.
nuclear option. Delete channel. All right, I'm out.
You pushed me too far.
I'm out.
Oh man, my uncle's ex did that to him.
Ooh, that's rough.
That was
Yeah.
It was the chain. It was the first event in a long chain that eventually led to them separating.
Yeah,
I was like, man,
shocking.
you lasted a lot longer than I would. If I found out that my partner formatted my hard drive, that'd be it.
Yeah, I'd be done.
I'm done.
Oh,
Well, my
Yeah.
first step would be restore from network.
Well, yes.
And then I'd be like, we're done.
I'm like, I don't even. That's. I always say, I'm like, there's 2 levels of trust you can have for
Yeah.
someone, right? And there's a special amount of trust when it's like, yes, you're allowed to use my computer.
Of course.
Yeah.
For anybody who's in the tech industry, that is a level
No,
of
no,
trust.
it's a thing, yeah.
That is regardless of having network backups,
Yeah.
it is a level of trust
No,
that you
there
afford
were-
to very few people.
They,
There
they,
were
they say you
times-
die twice. Once when you die and once when they format your hard
That's right.
drive.
Yeah.
That's right. There was a long period there when I was at Apple and when I was working on certain projects at Google where I told Danielle, I'm like, you not even to watch boot something up on Netflix.
Yeah.
You can't use my computer. But usually it's not that big a deal. But yeah, it's a thing. Like I have a lot of sensitive keys on that computer that nobody should ever touch.
Yeah.
But
Is that why you don't open my phishing emails?
yes, that is actually why. Hello, Mr. Adrian. Please run this executable.
pleased to meet your acquaintance. Pleased to meet your friendship.
I downloaded this file the other day and I can't seem to get it working. Perhaps you could open it up
Yeah.
on your system
Can
and
you
see
just
if it functions
open it up
properly.
and send me a screenshot?
Yeah,
of it,
yeah.
They're just transparently for me, though.
Yeah. It's Seinfeld season 7.exe.
The subject is just phishing attempt. Number 5.
That's right.
Did I ever tell you about that, Merch? I literally had
should do it.
a client who was had viruses on his computer, and he was like, I don't understand how these got on here. And I'm like, well, this can happen sometimes. I open his downloads folder, Seinfeld season 7.exe. I'm like,
That's amazing.
well, I think I might know.
Yeah, that'll do it.
know how it
That was
happened.
quick.
My high school co-op was doing automations for an insurance company. And so at the co-op fair where you kind of show off the work you've been doing, I set up a script that just emailed a buddy of mine on a loop.
Nice.
So that after the fair, his inbox was just
That's
flooded.
that's how you get things done. All this protesting in the street nonsense. No. You write an algorithm that sends an email every hour on the hour to whoever it is that is concerned, and then you make sure that you route it through enough bots that they can't block it. You'll see progress in less
That's
than a
right.
week.
There you go.
It happens. People do this thing.
Yeah. So anyways, now that we're all done ribbing me about my software that's not finished yet,
We'd moved on. Can we go back to that?
I was
that
gonna
was
say,
fun.
We've well moved on.
let's go for it.
We'll go back. We can circle back to it.
So about an actual program, it'd be like the Southwest of apps.
That's right.
It'd be like
Oh,
the
yes, it'd be
Southwest
life-changing.
Airlines, like
Easy and convenient.
easy and convenient.
okay.
like
Okay, we're done.
like Veeam.
I used to love Southwest
I
Airlines.
actually,
I definitely didn't.
I was going to say that was my problem. I was like, I actually didn't think that highly of Southwest Airlines.
We traveled Southwest Airlines once, and I made a joke
to Reno
of like
Nevada.
going on and on about how easy and convenient the Southwest app
see.
was to use.
Okay, I see. Total non sequitur here. Can we talk for just a brief moment? Can I rant at you
About the Southwest
the
app?
fucking McDonald's app?
Yeah.
This
for
is
it.
That never
one of-
works.
It's
What's your number? 1, 2, 3,
atrocious.
4. Sorry, that doesn't work. It's right here on the screen. Sorry, that doesn't work. I'm going to.
It's not my
A&W.
app.
The fucking it crashes on me every time. Every time I use it, it crashes at least once. This is I don't know. They're not $1 trillion business.
They're at
but
least
they're-
$1 billion.
They're
enterprise.
they're
Yeah.
multiple billions of dollars business, and they can't make an app that it's just ordering food. It's not a big deal.
If only we knew a local app developer who could make an app that was better than the McDonald's app.
Actually, funnily enough, somebody did that briefly because McDonald's is so bad at security that they actually leaked their encryption keys, so
Okay.
somebody was able to create their own McDonald's.
I was
app
going
to
to say,
do the
this is what
ordering.
happens, though. There's stories of, there's all kinds of stories of people being so frustrated with an app that they apply for a job at the company,
To rewrite
get
it.
hired,
Yep.
fix the problems they have with it, and then quit.
Yep.
Just
I like
because
it.
they don't want to deal with it.
New Discord group named Out Fishing. I agree.
I love it.
I love it. That's
And
fantastic.
all we do is we send emails to Adrian.
Hey man,
It's a little
go
picture
for
of
it.
Leroy, and it's
That's right.
I'm out fishing.
Yeah,
Fan art, make it happen. Leroy out fishing.
That's
I wanna see
actually
it.
pretty good,
I want to
yeah.
see that.
Yeah. Remember the game that I was DMing and you were like, "Can I do a social engineering attack?" I'm like, "Absolutely, you can."
So first, I want to create a domain
Yeah.
of the exact same as the company, but with an S at the end of it.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that? If you did see that, you would. I was just reciting play by play what had happened in real life at a client site.
Yeah.
I know this works because it worked.
Yeah, exactly.
I know this works because it works.
It worked. I want to just do that.
Actually,
this guy
that-
made $200,000. I want that.
My favorite part of that few episode arc was when you actually caught out the switch in the security footage.
Oh, the audio
by
through
the
audio
background
methods?
audio.
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
background
I'm
audio.
like, nobody's gonna ask about this, and then you did. I'm like, ooh, good job, Devin.
He got the GM tingles.
Good job. Well done. people.
Yeah. Well, because you can't blend white
You
noise.
can't. It's
Background,
yeah, you can't do it.
background noise
Yep.
is incredibly specific. You can always find cuts if you look deep enough in
Yep.
the audio codec. And so that's what I did. And it's like I'm like I know
As soon
I
as
know
you-
Adrian's gonna
yeah.
know what I'm talking about. I know he's gonna have no defense because there isn't one.
No,
so I'm
as
just gonna
soon
do
as you
this.
started asking about it, I'm like, yep, correct.
I was like, I know for a fact there's no way to hide this.
No.
So even in the future, there won't be a way to hide this.
What
There
about
was
with
not.
magic?
Magic can't affect technology in Shadowrun.
So the way that I would get around that if I was doing it in Shadowrun would be to have a magical field or otherwise that was affecting Leroy.
So in this case, we had Patchouli with us too, so he likely would have been able to
Yeah.
find a magic because he did find a magical signature
He
in
sure did.
In other ways.
Yeah.
And so it would have been possible to track that down.
But in theory, I could have had like a defensive caster that had created either an aura or was on site doing it that would like screw with Leroy to make him not notice the cut, even though it was
yes,
there.
like my brain
Exactly.
befuddling or something like that.
Yeah, befuddlement, something like that. So, like, there's ways to get around that. But as soon as you started describing it, I'm like, oh, he found it. Yay. Because there was only a couple ways you guys could get around that. And you just, like, it didn't take you long either. You guys were, like, dicking around a little bit, and then you were like, hang on, I've got this. Yep. That was good.
It pays to know things. There was a good period when I was playing Leroy where I was literally just researching, like,
Yep.
various hacking attempts and things that had happened. I mean, we live in an era where I can pull out a thumb drive, and if I plug this into any device, it's mine.
Yeah.
Or I can just kill it. Like,
Yeah.
just shut it down.
Yeah.
Completely destroy everything on it. Like, everything's so automated now. All you need to do is just get physical access to a system, and it's your bitch.
It's
like
it's
you can.
pretty true. There's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff. Yeah. So okay.
So that's how I play Leroy. I'm just like, just plug me in, man. Just plug
Yeah.
me in, and I win.
Back to the world of D&D, and still a non sequitur, but I started reading Dungeon Crawler Carl
Oh, yeah.
recently. I've been doing book a day today. I'm taking the day off, but I've been doing Dungeon Crawler Carl, and it has made me so badly want to get back to true sandbox D&D. So at some point, I got to find a group that really wants to play true sandbox D&D. But a lot of people struggle with it.
Yeah,
so.
that is true.
What's Foley's fast food restaurant? Foley and Beard's Dragon Plunge BBQ. That's not bad.
Dragon Plunge Barbecue or Foley and Beard's Smash Burgers. And it's a hammer coming
like
down
You know
from the
what?
top. It's Smash
yeah,
Burgers.
they would have to be
That's-
smash burgers.
Foley's
They would
Smash
definitely
Burgers.
have to-
That's a
that's
whole
pretty-
line, right?
That's pretty good.
And I'll go
yeah.
back to my emails. I come up, say one thing, back down I go.
I was thinking something maybe to do with the Hell Wasps that created the Plunge Dwarf, but no, I think Smash Burgers is...
Smash Burgers where it's at.
Foley's B Burgers.
Yeah, right?
Smashed.
Yeah, no.
The
Smash
cost of the
Burgers.
burger is the amount of kilometers you jump from
That's right.
to smash
To
the
smash
burger.
it, yeah.
So if you want to pay
order one,
$60 for a
it's-
burger, you're getting one hell of a smash burger.
It's just this big around is one atom thick.
It's got an imprint
one
of a hammer
one
with your face.
molecule thick. I know it would have to be. Technically, it's one lipid chain thick. Get off my back.
Yeah, get off his back. You in the comments section that was complaining
Guy.
about those specific things.
Exactly. I hope there's somebody that complains about it, just so that makes sense. Yeah. Anyways, Dungeon Crawler Car. I'm curious what people in the chat think too. I am such a sucker for just absolute complete sandbox D&D, where it's like, I'm going to dismantle this table and find out what I can make out of it. I'm going to learn this person's backstory in detail to find out how to bring them into my circle. Things like that, instead of just like, we're going to kill some bandits. Yay!
Yeah, I'm like in kind of the middle there. Having now played the game for so long, the whole like, you start at level 1, you're going to be fighting like wolves and bandits. I'm like, okay. Like,
Yeah.
All right, you know.
But you can do
it's-
so much as
That's
a
what I'm
level
saying.
one.
You can do so much more, right? Like that's you're thinking too
Yeah.
low. At the same time, I have definitely run sandbox games. One, I have played in a sandbox game where adventure hooks were being dropped out the wazoo, but we had decided we wanted to do something. And I'll be damned if we were going to let anything distract us in the
Yeah.
process of doing the thing. And the GM was getting annoyed. And I'm like, dude, you're running a sandbox and we've made a decision to do
Yeah,
the thing.
screw
Just
you.
let us do the thing.
Yep.
And you can do whatever you want with it. Which after he did, it was fine. But it's just like we're walking down the street and like 7 things happened.
It's like season 1 of Westworld.
Yeah, and we're just like, okay, but we're not going to get involved in any of this. We have no reason to get involved in this because we've already decided that the story we want to do is dungeon delving for archaeological relics.
Okay.
That's what we're doing. We're on our way to the thing to go do that. Let's
Yeah.
go do the thing. But I've also run sandbox games where you're like, all right, you know, this is where you are. This is what's happening. You've all come here with your characters and your backstories. What would you like to do? And they all just stare at you.
Yeah, well, that's
So,
the problem.
like,
You need
you
the
need
group
the right
to do
group.
it
You need the
because,
right
like, I
group.
know Sam, for instance, and this is not throwing shade at Sam because it's totally fine. This is what a lot of people feel, but Sam likes to have a hook. He
Yes.
wants the NPC with the exclamation mark. That's fair. I get that. I'm like, can I learn about something in your history to blackmail you with? Maybe, possibly. Devin, that thing you did 3 summers ago that you don't want the RCMP to.
You said you weren't going to mention that on stream.
Brad,
I paid you so much money.
you already blackmailed me.
After you found out about it through that phishing attempt.
That's right. Brad says he's in a Beck Me sandbox D&D game at the moment.
That's
which is
really
awesome.
cool.
Yep.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Beck Me. It was it's a version of first edition.
Yeah.
It's your basic expert champion master
Oh.
immortal, I believe.
That
Something-
sounds
something
convincing.
along
I
those-
couldn't
something
remember what it
along
was.
those lines,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's awesome. Yeah, I'm a huge sandbox D&D.
That's
nerd.
Mystara. So nice job.
Yeah, but I don't have a problem with the way most people play. Where
No,
it's like,
I mean I think that I think most people want something in the middle.
Yep. I agree.
Most people don't want a railroad, and most people don't want a true sandbox.
Yeah.
Most people want a world with things for them to do, that they can then choose how they go about doing it, right? And obviously there's some differences. Like I've always said, like one of the nice things about doing one-shots at a convention is you generally can expect your players are going to follow the story you provided because they sort of are under the understanding that you have a 3-hour time
Of
block
course.
that you have to accomplish versus at a home game where it doesn't really matter. We can do whatever we want for as long as we want. It doesn't really matter how long. There's no real need to haste anything.
I think that's one of the big problems that people do have with Sandbox. If it's one of those things where it's like I only have like a couple hours a week to play, I want to get somewhere, I get it. For me, I'm like, find me 2 or 3 people that I can play with. Like, I don't care if it's over Skype or whatever, just that I can play with, that we can all devote like a few hours every couple days to it. And yeah, it'll be like we might go 3 weeks without making any progress, and that's okay because it's still fun. We're still, like, we're still
that's really
pushing the
at the end of
edges.
the day, right? Like if you're just, I mean, I literally, one of my favorite ever home games I did is I rewarded my party with the deed to a keep that had been overgrown, the land was rough, and they started asking all these questions. They're like, okay, well, what are the nearest trade routes? Who are the nearby nations and towns? What kind of like bandits are we looking at? What sort of trees are the forests made of? What sort of wood is there? Are there any nearby? Like, and the next 3 hours, I mostly sat there watching my friends discuss trade routes, recruitment methods, politics, geopolitical situations, geography, resource management. I was having a blast because I was like, this is so cool that they're so excited to have a keep and they're taking it so seriously and they're asking all these really fascinating world building questions. And the thing was, like, we didn't even realize, but 3 hours later, it was time for everyone to go home, and no one felt like, oh, we didn't do anything. Because they were just having a good time talking about this keep. The next 3 sessions was about the keep and who gets what rooms and what are you going to put in your room and how are we got to get the portal in the basement back up and running and we got to do that. And that was the next 3 sessions, and it was some of the most fun we had ever had. Simply because it was just everyone was so engaged and into it. It was like that's all they wanted to do.
Big time.
And so that's the kind of thing you can do in a situation of sort of a balanced sandbox. And it's you need everything to align right. You need the right group. You need everyone to
the right group is a
kind of all
huge part
align
of
on
it.
what they want.
Your party was like, what if D&D was Stardew Valley?
Well, it's
to be honest, my favorite part of Neverwinter Nights 2 is when you get a keep and you have to manage it. It's fun.
Yeah,
if you find a group of D&D players that like Factorio, you're set. Beskar says, I struggled with Dungeon Crawler. I'm going back to it later, but I'm currently binging He Who Fights with Monsters, which I had not heard of. I will have to check that out.
I mean, I appreciate Dungeon Crawler, but it's not my jive.
No?
No, I don't. I just, again, strangely enough, I'm going to sound like a very giant contradiction. I really don't like humor in my D&D as I create the scoundrels. But I think it's like...
Well, you don't like humor for the sake of humor. Like, things being silly because they're silly. I think.
Yeah, like I guess,
you know
like I guess, like a serious crawl,
like
with
Gimli,
a guy wearing hearts as boxer shorts as his thing while he's
Gimli's shouting, "Not the beard," as he's precariously being balanced. They're trying to help him up. Is fine. It's humorous. It's levity. But if it was like he's wearing a frilly pink skirt the entire time and everyone's like, you know, joking around, there's nothing's being taken seriously, that's where you would.
That's where it gets. Yeah, unless it's like, I guess this is why, and it's fine. It's a giant contradiction. This is why I'm like, I don't watch the shows like Rick and Morty and stuff like that because it's just so bizarre. But the humor.
So you're not a surrealist.
But it's growing on me a
absurdist.
little bit because I have to, because the very show that I'm producing is the lower decks of D&D.
Right.
And I'm like, I find it very weird that all the successes come at the things like playing horror board games. And I'm like, oh man, I'm so sick of horror. I started my whole career on horror. Can we do something fantasy? And here I am getting back into the industry again, and I'm doing it on surrealistic humor, which is something that inherently I don't gravitate toward, but I understand it, right? And it's just, I just think it's hilarious that that's where I'm going.
I mean, I'm largely with you. Like, if we're gonna do humor in my game, I like it to be the humor level of what you see with, like, you know, banter and levity. And character moments. Like Chumps Change is a great example,
well,
right?
even Chumps Change is like,
but the character stuff is the funny thing. The plot is serious, and there are serious stakes, right? The characters are in mortal peril. People have died. There is actual like serious stakes going on. the world and the story is taking itself seriously. It's the characters that are just bumbling around.
Exactly.
I think that works a lot better than this is a parody or this is a
Just
you
to
know,
clarify,
whatever.
though, Dungeon Crawler Carl is not a parody of D&D. Like
I'm building
I'm
off
just
of what,
I'm just
what he was
for
saying.
anyone who hasn't read the books or otherwise. It's
No, it's
Once you-
Army of Darkness.
no. Once you get at least halfway through the first book, you understand why all of the weirdness. It's there's a whole thing going on that I'm not going to spoil for anyone.
So
who
inherently,
wants to.
then, that I guess if you have to get halfway through a book to understand its full,
That's
Well,
a hell of a pitch.
Well, no,
that's
no,
a
no.
pitch, man. Like,
No.
I don't want to
Well,
get through the first paragraph without
I'm sorry. How
understanding.
many stories do you know the full plot of in the first few chapters?
Schitt's Creek.
No, but if you have to get
Schitt's
halfway
Creek.
through for the vibe,
The first
to,
2 minutes of Shit Creek.
Well, if you don't like the vibe, you don't like the vibe. But I'm saying that
Maybe.
it is not humor for humor's sake.
But I mean, like, for
Yeah.
something like Schitt's Creek, in the first 2 minutes of Schitt's Creek, you know exactly what's going to happen, and you know exactly what the show's premise is. And I'm like, I'm either subscribing to this or not. And so
Yeah.
the thing was, and what I find fascinating about the writing of Schitt's Creek, and I know I'm pivoting to like a
Yeah.
comedy, is
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
is that when I first heard of the concept of Schitt's Creek, I was like, this show is stupid, right? And then I was bored during COVID. We needed something to watch, and the Schitt's Creek was everywhere, and the name was like, what is this stupid thing? And I clicked it, and I watched it, and then all of a sudden, in the first like scene, I went, oh, I'm so in on this, and then it never disappointed. Whereas if I have to like invest in something,
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a rare thing when you start a story and in like the first 5 minutes you're like,
gonna be
I'm
fun for you
finishing
tonight.
this and I already know this. That was I read a book that did that to me. It was the Shadowrun book 2XS. Yeah, after the first page, I'm like, cool, this is my life now. I'm just gonna finish this book.
But
it's rare. It doesn't happen often.
I have learned that when I say something like I'm not really into what that is, that I've learned that I should give it a more than its first shot. Like, what do you call it?
Well, no. To be to be clear, like if you don't like the vibe of the first
Oh, he gets a long
chapter
rest.
of that's right of Dungeon Crawler Carl, I don't know that you would like the books. I'm just saying, like the whole like heart-shaped boxers and everything else. There's a very specific reason for that.
Okay, but I'm not into cats either.
Well, it's fair.
As I do Thundercats.
I'm not advocating for Dungeon Crawler in terms of like, if you don't like the vibe of the first chapter, just stick with it because I don't believe in that shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if it's like, oh well, that's just a parody on D&D, it's not.
False.
There's much more
All
going
right.
on than
Well, with that descriptor, I would give it a
it's,
solid
it's
go.
worth giving at least a few chapters. But anyways, so Brad came and said, yeah, our DM offers a hook, but says we can always take it or leave it. We tend to take it, but during the journey, we'll sometimes throw the DM off direction-wise. He adapts, enjoys the unexpected too. I gotta
Oh,
say,
yeah.
one of the best things about running a sandbox for me as the DM is when my players are like, hey, can we like get the blacksmith to join our party? It's like, sure, go talk to him. Maybe. I mean, he has his own agency. If you want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
join, maybe.
Give him a compelling argument.
By the way, how stupid does this look? I'm just ignoring it, but like,
Perfectly
It
normal.
actually
like-
looks pretty good.
you actually
Yeah.
put it on.
It's
okay.
fetching. You make it work.
Yeah.
Well, now. Come on now.
Adopting NPCs that the DM doesn't intend us to adopt is one of my favorite
Oh
things
yeah,
to do, though.
100%. And then
Yeah,
immediately,
Yeah,
no,
you see
it's-
Devin's like, whoa, my name is Franklin. Oh, Franklin, let's
Yeah,
engage with you for the rest of the night.
immediately make him like start to build some relationship there, and then kill the
My
NPC.
most favorite / hated thing is when I create a one-off
You want my
random
seat? Take my
NPC.
seat.
This happened to me. The most egregious form of this was the party was involved in this this political thing where the duke there was an election for a new duke, and there was all this political stuff going on, and so they had to go help a guy who was a supporter of their duke, but who had gotten in trouble with some gambling. He was a bit of a gambler, and he got in trouble with some sharks. And they're like, we need him because his political leanings are incredibly helpful for my campaign. I require him to not be having knees broken and being messed around with gambling. You need to go and deal with this, because in my games, if you're involved in any kind of political party, there's so much gray. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so they go and they find him, and This was back in the era where I had a portrait for every single character the party ever spoke to.
Oh yeah.
And I would attach it to my DM sheet. And one of the players decided that portrait was an incredibly handsome individual.
Oh yeah.
And
Is it me?
no, love at first sight. Immediately was like, I'm marrying this man. And so within the span of the 3 to 4 hour session, not only did they rescue him from the loan sharks, but then also proposed their love and decided to marry this man and invite him to join the party. And I was like, I have 2 sentences for this guy. I now have to make a stat block,
Now I
a
have a
backstory.
third.
He sounds like the
married.
ideal
Yeah,
husband.
yeah. No, and it was just like, I didn't like, it wasn't a problem necessarily. It was just like, this is insane. He's not a character. He's just a picture of a handsome guy.
Well, what does
You've just explained
It happens.
the popularity of ChatGPT.
That's right. What does the new version say? Mostly harmless.
Yeah, well, yeah. So
Go ahead,
anyway,
Mel.
it was a perfect
I'm
example.
going to hand
of
this
that.
off to Austin in 2 seconds to save my voice for game.
Oh
But
dear.
on the subject of adopting NPCs, sometimes your party adopts a inanimate object as an NPC, and you are forced to make it the season finale
See,
boss.
I just want to point out you're going to have to deal with the ramifications on Sunday of once again. Austin can back me up here. Calling Phil, I just saw myself for the first time. This is fantastic. Once again, calling Phil inanimate. Phil has never
Phil
been
wasn't
inanimate.
inanimate.
No.
There are bigger mistakes. There are bigger mistakes parties can make than adopting inanimate objects. Sometimes you adopt player characters
That's
and they
right.
turn out to be eco-terrorists.
That's right.
Well, she did flip me off from off screen.
Phil was always an animate object. He was always a wonderful human being / stump. Yeah, now he's a dire Trask. I mean,
He's doing great.
Phil's living his best life.
Yeah, and I'm happy that I could help him realize his
Inanimate
potential.
object.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah,
So, Austin, what's your...
I have.
Yeah, of course he
Yeah.
has. He watches the show, obviously.
I wasn't
Yeah,
able to
just
watch it
like
live
all of
because
us
I
watch
was
the show.
working, but
Exactly.
Yeah.
I watched it when I was working at the Trading Post because that was close enough to counting as work.
That's right. So, what is your... We were talking about the spectrum between complete sandbox versus, like, the NPC with the quest has a, like, golden
Versus, like,
exclamation mark.
Wheels bolted to your feet so
Yeah.
you can stay on the rails.
So I tend to follow the philosophy of here's a box, here's a plot if you want to interact with it.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of like half-built things that if you want to interact with that, I can have it built for next session.
Well, so also as a player, what do you
Yeah.
like?
I do want collaborative storytelling in the sense of the DM goes, I have a story, here's the story, and choose to interact it with whichever side you want to, if there is like polar sides that are easily definable. In terms of like pure, like there is just go wild, do whatever you want. I do like a little bit of like, here's a structure that's intended to be followed, but not rigid bound to it.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a punk, too. You're all punks. Just a bunch of punks. Can't believe how many punks there are.
I'm also a punk. I agree with Austin.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. All right. That's it. I'm going home.
I mean, I know you're very sandbox.
I'm more of a ska fan than a punk.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. I have a frog on my head.
You sure do.
Yeah.
It's starting to fall off, so I need to perpetually lean my head this way now. It's fine. I can work with it. I'll see if I can get my armor on without disturbing it. That's going to be the trick.
You could do it off
No,
screen.
you could probably
live.
do it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're careful.
Adrian
You can't
Skywalker
tell
with
right
his
now,
froggy
but
Yoda.
Adrian is river dancing up a storm.
It's true. No, yeah.
Crazy.
You should see me fly. You should see me in a crown. Yeah, I want to see you get the wig on without...
Oh,
Oh, no, I see. You're just going to put it on for the... Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Something like this. But I have to, like, Get my hair
The
nice.
thing is, if I manage to get my armor on and leave the frog on, it gives permanent long rest status to me the entire time it's on. So it's very much in my favor to.
You just need
in
to-
my interest to leave it there.
You just need to get a rope and just tie it to you.
Well, I
Like,
could
and where it
I
has a
could do
hat
the
and stuff.
Jenga maneuver where you just kind of like shimmy a little bit, and then see now it's straight.
Honestly, it looks exactly the same.
Yeah, but it's much more stable.
That's fair. I will concede that as I haven't
It went
tested.
to therapy.
That's right.
It looks the same, more stable.
Yeah, inside, whoo, so much more organized.
That's right.
All right, so
it's not
so
loaded. It's not.
so I'm surrounded by punks who hate any sort of decision that they have to make in D&D and
No.
only want to be railroaded. No.
No, that's-
All right, I'm muting everybody but me.
The main correct thing about that is I do hate making decisions.
Yeah.
You just let them induct you into
That's right.
actually specifying you wanted.
And look where it got us. I'm
It gave
down
us-
an arm.
Oh.
You eat carrots.
Is that because of the?
Here, you
Are
should-
we?
It could be.
Okay.
As far as I'm
should come a bit more
concerned.
my way.
I did get a pin for myself finally.
Wow.
Oh,
So-
good.
Yeah.
That's a very nice pin.
That's a nice
Did you
pin.
make it or did you get it?
I got.
Do you want to mute me so I can
would-
succumb to peer pressure and go put my costume on?
All right, you go put your costume on. I'm going
what?
to dress on screen as always.
I might just steal
Yeah,
my
you-
seat back from merch.
You can
then.
come over here and be Helen if you
And I
want.
might
Yeah.
steal my seat.
on the grenade to sit next to Austin.
I'm gonna
I'll even take
rename-
my seat so you don't have to sit in my seat. But
Doesn't it still say maybe Austin?
It
I
does
think
say
it's-
maybe Austin.
Yeah, we did
yes.
change it on
Yeah,
Sunday.
because it was Austin and then it was not Austin and now it's maybe Austin. So, anyways, so here's what's going to happen for anyone who hasn't been around during the transition. As you can see, we've gone off the rails from the lore discussion. That's not by accident. We are slowly getting towards starting Tides of Bind. We are live streaming Tides. Here, I'll mute you. I am actually just going to mute everybody but me. No, I'm going to... Which one are you on? Talk for me.
I'm on, should be on maybe Austin.
You are on maybe Austin. All right, we're good.
Spell's phone.
So the general gist here is we are going to attempt to stay live as we transition into the Ties of the Bind, and we are going to continue streaming through Ties of the Bind. Often, OBS crashes when I actually try to make that switch, but we will be right back if and when it does. But right now, people are running around, getting costumes on, doing
Yeah.
bio breaks, all of that stuff.
Austin, can you point out that OBS might not crash if we had better streaming software?
I just, if there was any other competitor other than OBS, it'd be great.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be something? Eating carrots plus 1 search rolls for 1 turn. Yeah, here's my thing. I'm gonna throw a bunch of shade at Mal here for a second, because hopefully she's over there.
They're not even in the room.
Well, that's okay. I'm still gonna throw shade. So if I was a Nemo, if I was a rabbit,
Yeah.
and I could just munch on a carrot and well, no, because that would only be bad for the audience.
You just do it whenever Devin wants to speak.
I'm bringing her carrots next week.
Yeah.
Yes, instead of the pop. Oh, I have so many pop cans to open today.
I've got 2 over there.
Yes.
So, but yeah, no, it's.
I
Just
have-
just in
I
general,
have so
if,
many trophies to bring to dump on the table for Mel.
and I'm excited by that.
She
Actually, not.
just walked in the door.
Shockingly, not.
Be cool. Be cool. Shh, 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 shh. We were just talking about how you're so.
We have plans for you.
And,
Can you pass me the empty one right beside you?
we were just discussing how you keep seeing animate objects as inanimate. So we thought if we stood very still, maybe you'd think we were inanimate.
And thus, animate.
Correct. Maybe we'll turn into Tarasques.
I
We
mean, I
actually,
imagine Devin won't have
I
issues
was
with
talking
that.
about the trophies that we're going to present you with. Okay, that's a bad idea.
That's
I
gonna
will
fall.
stay as still as I can, but that's a bad idea. Devin wants us to move things.
flying dinosaurs.
All right, Mal, this is where you have to roll your dice tonight. Did I get it?
Yeah?
Can't make it any worse than how I normally roll.
I don't worry, I preloaded you.
That's not true. That's not true.
That is
Have-
true. I'm doing
Actually, that's high enough that it's not even on screen. So.
Yeah. But don't worry, I have preloaded you with like the next 30 d20 rolls you might need.
But I think you're cheating though. That is
No,
not.
there wasn't nearly
Do you
enough
want
ones.
it to be? It can be. Okay.
There isn't nearly enough ones for me to be cheating it.
If I actually don't roll that bad. It's just funny that you make fun of me for rolling.
No, you really don't.
You roll badly when we need you to
You know,
not.
Norse myth trolls. That was an inadvertent tongue twister.
Norths?
Norse myth trolls are invisible when they aren't moving. Are you a troll? I am definitely a troll. I don't know if I'm a Norse troll, but I am 1,000% a troll.
I'm just going to throw out there's a troll named Adrian in the Tower of Serpentico.
Hell yeah, there is.
You were. Oh yeah, you just went through.
I've been going through stuff lately.
There we go.
No, I can confidently say I forgot about that.
All right, I am going to start the delicate procedure of attempting to don my armor without taking the microphone off or the frog. Wish me luck. Wish me luck, chat. The first trick will be to obtain my armor,
I mean, you can do that.
which
'cause-
is off screen.
Yeah, but the cords are long.
Yes. But I have to do it without dropping the frog. Don't
You
drop
go
the
the other
frog.
way.
Don't drop the frog.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be easy to put over your head. That's
Hang
a
on.
massive...
Well, it doesn't go over my head. It goes around my back because it's
Oh.
armor.
Then, yeah, I don't know why we thought this would be at all difficult.
Because I can't move my head while I do it. Oh, God. It already failed. I'm sorry. All right, well, then I'm standing up because it'll be way easier. Yeah, so... What else were we talking about? We were talking about how Devin's going to fail to kill anyone again.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's par for the course.
We were talking about how we're going to cut off
Do you want to pass
Austin's
me my
arm.
bag? I need my arm. It has tattoos on it.
We'll replace it with something.
Can you not cut off the one with the tattoos? I want to keep those.
But then it won't be worth anything.
See, here's the thing. You can sell mine to a chop shop, the one that's good.
Like a butcher shop?
Yeah, a butcher shop.
Is your meat
discount.
tasty?
I don't know. I don't know. Where's that? Can we message as to what is tiefling?
He does know these things, doesn't
He has made some interesting tweets.
he? He certainly knows the flavor of many bodily.
And he loves to put that out in the world. I just don't think...
Fair, he was asked.
Yeah, that's why I want to ask him.
Here's the thing about Ed. He'll just answer any question in whatever form it was asked. So if you ask him that kind of question, he's going to give you an answer.
That's fair.
Listen,
So sorry, folks on chat. I've got some people muted. Devin, you're unmuted now.
oh,
Some people who were like finding it weird that he said that. It's like it's not weird
are
that he said it. It's weird that somebody asked him.
There you go.
yeah,
He's just answering
understand.
questions. He's
It's not like he's saying it
people
unprompted.
underestimate how much detail he thinks about the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, that doesn't
He
go
has an
into book.
answer to everything.
Oh, I bet I could stump him.
So, anyways, we'll put you on contacting him about what...
Well, the real
Tiefling
question is,
flesh.
will you get a serious answer from him?
Yes.
because he does tend to enjoy giving you like roundabout.
I'm fine with saying...
Is this lore? Is it not? Am I being facetious?
Here's the
I don't
thing.
know.
Whatever he says, I'm fine with being canon within the realm of Imaria. Regardless of what type of answer it is.
Well, when we went to Elminster's Tower of Shadowdale in Legacy of Worlds, now I had read the book that talks about Shadowdale and what's in it, so I'm thinking, I know what's coming. I know what he's gonna do. Frickin' guy, he's just like, I'm going to pull aside the hidden stone that only Elminster knows about, and within I'm going to produce 7 emeralds the size of my head, and 2 scrolls of wish, and what looks very much like a staff of power. And I'm like, you jackass. Because I can't tell him he's wrong. I'm like, I guess so. Yeah, okay.
Just tell him that Eke, in another time, went back and spied on him putting it there, and that when he pulls aside the stone, it's empty.
Oh yeah, the Doctor Who method.
Yeah.
No, I let him have it because I'm just like, cool. That means that I don't have to hold back even more than I already was.
Yeah, right? All right, fine.
You were holding back during that?
It's
God, no.
It's 3 Tarrasques now, you bastard.
Legacy of Worlds is probably the one campaign where I didn't even bother calculating CR. It's like, yeah, well, frickin', I could throw 2 mega creatures at them. Why not? And
I have once
generally it was
again
fine.
lost my leather straps.
I keep on finding them and trying to give them back to
Yes,
you.
but then they keep getting lost / stolen.
I don't know, I keep on finding them mostly on the ground.
Well,
That's
I
where
think
they
that's
love to
because
live.
people pick them up and dick around with them, and then they fall on the floor, and they're like, "Oh, that was just garbage." And it's like, no, that wasn't garbage. That was my thing,
Scrap leather is not garbage. It's perfectly usable crafting materials.
right? Well, especially when it's cut to the exact length and shape that I need.
When it's part of a costume and not scrap, yeah.
It does look very scrappy.
Yeah,
do
but I
offensive.
also do as
Not that it should be thrown out.
exactly.
Oh, here's a loaded die for you.
I do like how floppy that one is. Is it loaded?
I got a 2.
Do you know what's beside the 2? 20.
The 20, yeah.
All right, I'm
I'm the only one who
myself
can
for a
roll
moment.
stuff opposite.
Oh, that's beside the 1.
14.
We have rolled that die a lot. That die is very statistical to rolling the 20.
Except me.
1 again. Oh, there's a 20.
What are your thoughts on the high variance dice?
3.
From like a player,
Yeah.
get them out of my life. Just like in general, like I don't know, big swings make good fun.
If I can roll
But-
12s all day, I'm on board.
So,
So
to be clear,
there's an
the hi-
official
the high,
ruling.
The high variance dice are they've removed the 1, they removed the 2 and the 3 and replaced them with 1s, and they removed the 18 and the 19 and replaced them with 20s. So you're just critting
Okay, I like
way
that.
more often.
I'm
in
on
either
board.
Direction.
If I've failed or succeeded, it might as well be a crit.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah.
Fair
I'm
enough.
on board.
You know what? Give them to rogues. They can have them.
See, my
Freaking
stance-
reliable talent. It's like, well, you have an extra 10% chance it's not going to work, but you also have an extra 10% chance that your sneak attack will just kill my enemy. So
it's not an
have fun.
extra 10%. It's an extra 300%.
My
Well, an extra
stance
200%.
on them is basically
I like
was especially in modern D&D where people have kind of done away with the critical failures. I think they don't make sense.
Sure.
If critical failures are a thing, I think it's fine. If you're just like, well, I want to swing big or little, then just flip a die or flip a coin. Like, just use a d6. There are other ways to accomplish
That would be an interesting way to play the game, right?
Um,
Is like if you flip a coin, if you lose, it's a 1, and if you succeed, it's just a 20. And just cut out the middleman. Just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's either bombastically awesome and you crit, or you
Here,
just miss.
just do a one-shot idea of that,
One shots aside, I'm running a vampire LARP at the round table.
which I still need to send you my finalized stuff.
Yes.
I did not have time to finish that.
But the reason I bring this up is because modern 5th edition Vampire the Masquerade Laws of the Night uses rock, paper, scissors again to resolve conflicts, which means every challenge in the game has a 33% chance of success, regardless of how skilled you are
Nice.
in what you're attempting to do.
That's a little weird.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Your stat pools determine ties
Okay.
and
But
critical
that
hits.
That doesn't really help a lot, yeah.
Well,
But-
it doubles it to 66%.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah, no, I think for the I've let players many times okay, just flip a die, flip a coin, that's fine. If you want high variance, I'm on board with that. It's just at a certain point for your everyday rolls, it doesn't make sense because there's more benefit to getting a 20 than there is downside to getting a 1 in 5e rules.
Yeah.
But if you're like, I want to put everything I've got into this, and it's either going to go well or it's not, cool. Flip a coin. If it's heads, you get it. And if it's tails, something real bad's going to happen. I'm
See,
fine with that. That's
you do
cool.
that as like the push your luck mechanic of
Yeah.
whatever you do, you're fighting on this airship and you miss your attack roll and you really need it to work, I'm like, flip a coin. Just try not to fall off.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Even the twine that I had here is gone. Where do my things
That I
keep
haven't
going?
seen.
It's fine. I'll use this. It'll be fine.
You're going to use a...
No, he's using the twist tie for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was hoping he was going
Thank
to
you
use the
for
full cable.
elaborating. That seemed like a wild plan.
No, there's a twist tie here that will mostly work, and it won't show up much on screen. It'll be fine. No, because I want to be able to like. But this'll be fine. It's just I keep bringing things to solve this problem, and they keep going missing.
You got to stop stealing his ties.
I don't think it's
pretty.
mine.
Would you put it past him? Would you be
Just
at all
as I-
surprised to learn he has a little collection of them
You
at
know what?
home
Fuck
that he
you,
keeps with all
Ibis.
his little things?
That's why I have to
Considering,
give him back one every now and then, so it's for suspicion.
To avoid suspicion. Go ahead.
considering
It's-
how many serial killer red flags Austin was giving off on Sunday, I would not be.
I was
Just on Sunday?
Sunday was like a
I was
tipping point.
explaining certain mechanics when it comes to resurrection on how if there is no body, you can resurrect someone, but if there's a piece of the body, you have to have it. So if you keep a piece of everything, burn the rest, they have to get that piece to bring back your enemies.
It was the part where you said, and that's why I have the chest of baby teeth. That's where we thought it was a little much.
He keeps it next
mean-
to his jar of ties he's stolen from you.
It just
He's
seems
playing
the
the
most
long con,
efficient.
like in The Office when they slowly put a penny in White's phone.
Take them all
Takes them all out.
I remember that. That was great. Where it's like he made me hit myself with him in the head with my phone, and then it just cuts to Jim. I'm proud of that one.
Well, yeah, did it take him like 2 months or something?
It's great.
That's a great
effective
thing
do you
to do
think that
if
is
you,
in the real
if you ever
world?
have roommates, is you just put pennies everywhere occasionally, just like in random spots until someone they just go crazy. They're like, "Why are there so many pennies everywhere?"
And then you act
That's
like
crazy.
it's
you
normal.
put them inside a bar of soap, like
Yeah, but then you have to act like it's normal and just be like, "Well, it's the penny fairy."
yeah.
Didn't your parents tell you about the penny fairy? What's going on here?
Also, we're like we haven't had the penny
Every
for
time
how
you touch
long
yourself, the penny fairy delivers a penny. To
I
you.
do have a
You
full.
must have been really going.
I do have a full large pickle jar of pennies. So,
Why?
I like.
She's the penny fairy.
Every time
Yeah.
she kills someone, she takes a penny from them.
She's probably going to donate them to Greenpeace or PETA or something.
I remember
love
when that was a
pennies.
thing with like UNICEF where it was like save your pennies and dump them, and then they were like, never mind, pennies are worthless. Do it with nickels.
I just meant because Seyval's such a tree
I know.
hugger. Okay.
We know.
What color of dice are you?
I'm red.
I'm gonna use my obsidian dice tonight, and everybody who doesn't like it can go to hell because I want to use my obsidian dice.
Why would we have an issue with that?
Oh, didn't we make like? Didn't we? We did have an issue with that at some point. I do remember.
Really?
Well,
Really?
it was just that we were going to use those because those are Sorensen dice, but they never show up
Oh.
on screen anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It's not the dice that like don't have colored numbers, so it's hard.
Oh,
as hell
they
to
are.
Tell. Oh,
well,
okay.
they're
But
they
they have
reflect
reflective
fine.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're fine.
I just remember having a chat about that at some point. Thank
I mean,
you.
I don't have to use them.
I want to circle
I
back
like-
on something.
I don't
Yes.
mind them.
While I was out of the room, I heard someone talking about Devin failing to kill characters again this week.
Oh yeah,
I want to be very clear. He doesn't fail to kill characters. He's just too much of a coward and is unwilling to kill characters.
yeah.
Well, that's part of how he fails.
I would actually go further than that and say that not only is he a coward, but he's like it's a problem how much of a coward he is.
Yeah.
Like
Like he's soft.
Yeah.
beyond soft.
He
Yellow?
is-
Yeah, like if
I don't like that one.
I
yellow-bellied.
I don't. You know how there's
I don't
like.
think that's a racial
I don't
thing.
think. No, it's not. I'm
I
just
thought
like
that was related to
that's just
birds.
No, no.
mean.
Okay, but you know.
Soft
you know,
is fine.
you know how if you're egotistical, that's just egotistical. But if you're like really egotistical, then you're a narcissist.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was drinking. I couldn't say Tommy Goffin.
So Devin is that, but with cowardice. So it's like it's okay if you're a little coward. That's not a problem. But when you get to a certain level of cowardice, it's like it's a condition.
Okay. I hear what you're saying.
That's
Yeah.
Have we hit
like when it's
condition
impacting your
levels?
life?
how many of us are you going to kill tonight, bud? How many of us are you going to kill tonight, bud?
See,
Same.
Well, we
How
are
many-
hitting
I should
point, I
just-
think.
Sorry.
many-
Let me rephrase that. How many times are you going to kill each
Are
of
you
us
excited for
tonight?
pterodactyls to randomly just pick two people up and
see,
drop
I
them?
should just be
Yes.
happy it's not
They already
directed
got
at
the
me, but
That's right,
yeah.
somehow
Why are you
But
looking
it
at
still
my
doesn't feel right.
We don't
You
need to
still
direct
get
shade at
straight.
you
Listen,
at all. You do it
listen.
to yourself.
Listen,
Thanks.
you promised us dinosaurs, and I want a flying ship. There's only so many dinosaurs left.
Brachiosaurus with a really long neck.
Austin, you're assuming the dinosaurs don't have their own flying ships.
That's right.
I would love
Can we
that.
fight a Diplodocus?
Diplodocus.
Yeah, I think Diplodocus had official 5e stat blocks,
Most dinosaurs do.
and I believe they're the ones that were like the fastest, and had like was like also like size huge or something like that.
My favorite toy as a child was a Diplodocus.
It's awesome.
That's
My-
fantastic.
My dad threatened to throw it out of a moving van once.
My favorite toy as a child,
Like Napoleon
one of-
Dynamite, or in a less fun way?
No, it wasn't very fun at the time.
What are you doing? None of your business. Gosh. Just throws the toy out the window.
one of my favorite toys
No, it was to get me to behave.
for a long time was the Ninja Turtles van.
That's a good one too.
It was a great one.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking, and I think I've mentioned this before, for Deadliest Dungeon, because it's video game themed, I still think that either as a one-shot or something, we should do the Ninja Turtles level for the NES, where you have to swim through the dam and like disarm all the bombs.
Mm-hmm.
The one that,
Here, during the break, you should run that.
it may be, yeah.
Well, yeah,
You'll all die so many times.
it's not canon, so it's
I
fine.
thought it was funny that level, apparently most of the developers had never actually beaten.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god.
That's why the cheat codes exist.
Yeah.
Dev exploits.
No, I don't actually need this because I just do this.
Oh.
That's fair.
Yep.
And then I can open as many as I want. I just
I grew up on Follow the Foot Clan, which was much easier.
I was gonna say we should do like historically accurate Velociraptor, so we just have a pack
little
of
one?
chicken-sized bastards chewing our ankles off.
I just realized I had never looked at this before, but the specific open soda can sound effect video that I pull up for this only has like 30,000 views, and I wonder if
How many of them are you?
Well, I wonder if like they get a spike and they're like, "What is going on here?"
Every Wednesday, they get a huge spike.
It's like nothing happens, and then somebody rewatches this video like 80 times.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So, anyways, Devin is the softest DM that has ever existed. He's never going
It's-
to
yeah.
kill us.
It's a well-documented fact at
So,
this point.
Now,
You know,
would
I-
you rather
I-
fight
I actually don't know why we're giving him a hard
one
time.
horse-sized velociraptor or 5 velociraptor-sized horses?
How different
Velociraptor-sized
What kind of a
horses.
question is that?
Because they're very different sizes.
are they?
I'm gonna
Velociraptors are like
choose-
chicken-sized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like this big.
I'm gonna
They're
choose
little- they're
the
little guys.
one
Little shits. I
fighting
would-
horses because they.
I feel like I could take small horses.
I feel like if I feel like a small
See,
horse, you
horses
kick it
are-
and
I
it's
could
fucking
take some
out.
Yeah,
small horses
horses
way
are
better than a
fragile.
freaking killing machine the size of a horse.
A regular-sized
I don't know
velociraptor would
how-
already kill me.
Durable
Here's the thing.
velociraptors are.
I'm going to
I assume
Very.
horses are very not.
I
They're
have to
not.
assume that velociraptors at least are similar to cassowaries. And cassowaries can
Terrifying.
puncture a car door with their claws. I don't want to mess with that.
It was just a take on the horse-sized duck question.
Hang on.
Yes.
What was the actual question?
Would you rather fight one horse-sized velociraptor or 5 velociraptor-sized horses?
I'm checking.
Why are you?
What does AI say about this? Because I believe that's what your source is now.
Can ChatGPT play for Imus tonight?
Don't worry. I'm gonna put it on pro level, so it will do proper research.
Okay.
It'll give me a cited.
Excellent.
Like it'll look up.
But can it play for Imus tonight?
It could. So horse-sized velociraptor or 5 velociraptor-sized horses.
Yeah.
This will take a minute. It usually takes about 25 minutes to come back with the answer when you put it on pro, because it does like cited research sort of thing. So it'll give me like a full presentation about what its answer is.
Okay.
It might bail out early and be like, "Shut up, you idiot."
I hope so.
but probably not. It will probably come back with a very well-reasoned argument about this, and I'm curious to what it says.
It's very funny because there is a correct answer.
Well, there's definitely a
Which is the
correct answer.
horses.
Yes.
No, it's obviously the horse-sized velociraptor because then I don't fight it. I make friends with it. Oh wow, yeah, it bailed out super early. It was like, no, I don't need to research this, dumbass. Horse-sized velociraptor would likely be agile, but you didn't answer. Best pick: 5 velociraptor raptor horses. Yeah. Better strategy: do not fight either. Climb something.
I feel like velociraptors can climb.
Well, we know
you
they
have-
can open doors.
We do know that.
If they're only this big, they wouldn't be able to climb very well.
No, but they're horse-sized.
Especially a horse-sized one.
The horse-sized one, that's a whole different.
Yeah, no, the
ballgame.
horses can't climb trees regardless of their size. They can either step
Also
onto
fair.
a tree if they're big enough or just not.
Also, just based on physics, I think half of them would start trying to run at you and snap their legs like toothpicks. So
It
Square
did.
cube law really would make it so that
It did
There's some
describe the
issues.
horse-sized velociraptor as basically a nightmare ostrich crocodile with murder software,
Yeah.
which I think is a fantastic
about right.
description.
Like I said,
I'll give them
cassowary.
that. Yeah.
Just go to Australia. They live with these things.
with murder
Crikey.
software.
Emus
That's
will
pretty
freaking.
great.
I think it's emus. They just.
Emus will fuck you up.
They stealth up behind people and just tap them on the back of their shoulder and then run away as if to say, "I could have just killed you now."
Yeah.
no,
'Cause
they're
they
just
could
ding dong.
have.
They're ding dong
Wasn't
ditching
there a
people.
war on
is what they're
emus
doing.
at some
Yeah, they
point?
lost.
Yeah.
What you got to watch out for in Australia, though, is the drop bears.
Okay, you did. Okay, because I was like, I know that from somewhere. So
Yeah, there was an
Um,
emu war in Australia and the humans lost.
No, no, you
It was a
thought I said,
decisive
I
ostrich
taught
victory,
you
is what
that?
Wikipedia said
I said
for a
I
while.
taught them that. I taught
It's
emus how to
1-0
do
them.
that.
oh, you taught
right.
emus how to sneak. Okay,
Yeah.
I get you.
That
I
makes
got you.
sense.
I got you.
Yeah. Because that's what I do.
You go
Sneak
to
up
in your
behind-
free time. You go to Australia and teach emus how to prank people.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good.
He just sets up giant
I'm
TVs for
sorry, I
them to
thought
watch
this was
his
America.
presentation. It's
I
not.
love
It's
that
Canada.
that's just your
but
go-to excuse for things today.
All right, so Tom is not going to be here, so we can start.
Oh, that's right,
anytime.
yeah.
What?
Okay.
Oh,
Well, he's here. He's just not here for the first few minutes.
so when you said a joke about him being captured, I assumed that he was just going to fly around. He was just going to have a giant
I
dinosaur
feel
just
like
come
if
and grab
anyone
him.
was going to be like able to not get captured, it would be the game.
All right, folks,
Is the
I'm
thing.
gonna switch this over to Ties the
No,
Pine, and
it's-
we're gonna see how